My wife, the math teacher, just rolled her eyes at you and said it's not that difficult.
Yes. So let's take a look at your first of 10 Friesen Performance IMCA Northern Sportmod Heat races. It'll be Connor Vanderweerd on the pole. In the 21V, the 6Z is Jim Zdroik out of Hartford, Wisconsin.
Tommy Tanner, the 48 from Hinton, Iowa. 25J, Jonathan Jensen, Norfolk, Nebraska, row 2.
Row number 3 will be Adam Weber out of Manhattan, Kansas. The 3, Joe Reeds out of Dunlap, Iowa. The 1, Junior Brayden Nordyke, Holy, Colorado. The 9, Junior. The 2 of Brandon Monson from Harlan. Matt Lope out of Sway City and Brandon Harshbarger out of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. We're $250,000 racing, Sean Neested.
It is big-time racing tonight. Jerry Van Sickle and immediately to the lead. Connor Vanderweerd, the Alton, Iowa driver. The 21B will lead him off of turn number 4, back by the flag stand. But closing in on him, Jim Zdroik, not too far off in that 6Z.
Field of work on down the back straightaway with that 21 of Vanderweerd. Look at this. Here comes the charge from the tail. They'll work him on down the back straightaway. Matthew Loaf, the 9 car, working his way into the number 4 spot. He started 9th. He's a 9-4 run, Sean. Taking a look, Vanderweerd, a 1-1 run. That's going to get you some points, but ain't getting you passing. And look at Tommy Tanner, the 48 car.
Tanner looking strong in that 3rd spot. 100 points to win a heat race, 95 for second, down 5 per position, 2.2 points gained every pass you make through these heat races. Here comes Matt Loaf digging back on the inside in the number 9.
It'll be Reeds up on the outside of the 1 Junior as they hustle on down into turn number 1 and 2. The 6Z and Jim Zdroik out of Hartford, Wisconsin. Working that 6th machine to the outside of Tommy Tanner out of Sioux City. They'll work him on down there. Excuse me, the driver, he of course out of... Just lost him there for a minute. Hinton, Iowa. Into the number 2 spot.
Matt Loaf, he's not lost. Look at him come through the field. 9th starter, got the 3rd spot now and looking for more. Coming after Tommy Tanner as they race back to turn number 3. Loaf looking to the inside. Tanner right through the middle of the racetrack. This happens about 5 car lengths behind Connor Vanderweerd, your race leader.
Vanderweerd on out front. Now Matthew Loaf coming on down the bottom of the racetrack. Loaf downstairs in the 9 car. 48 machine and Tommy Tanner up on the outside. Then the wheel. It'll be multi-time national champion Matthew Loaf out of Sway City. The Outlaw has got himself a 9-2 run, and he right now is your big-time point skinner.
What? You can't pass in an early heat race? Oh, yes, you can. Look at Matt Loaf from the final row looking for the race lead. Heat race winners lock into the feature event front rows here tonight. The qualifying features, front row. Everyone else lines up on passing points. One way or another, Matt Loaf's going to start up front. He leads as they go back to 1.
A little move back, got him. Matt Loaf to the race lead. Vanderweerd back to 2nd. Tommy Tanner is 3rd. 4th is Reeds and 5th is Zdroik. That'll work him on down into turn number 3 and 4. This time, the green flag high to the air. 8 laps down, 2 to go. Sean for the Sway City Outlaw.
Matt Loaf's bad draw tonight starts on the back row. What do? You make the most of it. With a lap and a half remaining, the Sway City Outlaw leads them back to turn number 3. The 21V of Connor Vanderweerd continues to run 2nd. Still, every position matters with passing and finishing points on the line.
Some will work on down the white flag of the 9 right there. The 9 of Loaf, your race leader, going to hurry on down. Loaf followed by the 21. Vanderweerd, they'll work him on down into turn number 3 and 4. It will be Loaf to the win. Vanderweerd going to 2nd, 3rd to the 48 of Tanner, and 4th to Reeds. Heat race number 2 going to come to the end of the racetrack. It'll be Cody Burkhart out of Parker, Colorado, the 17 CA. Brady Joint, the 1A out of Webb.
Blake Andrews, 3B, and the 53 of Logan Anderson in row 2.
Row number 3, it'll be Justin Kleins with the 1S out of Hotspur, Iowa. Cole Fensky, Waukee, Iowa, the 21R.
Willie Kirk, Braden Carter, Greg Dorner, and Colby Fett complete the starting grid. Already green on 8-lap heat race number 10-lap heat race number 2.
Gonna waste no time. Look out. Hang on. Kleinsma around in a slew of dust in turn number 2. Around he goes on the bottom of the racetrack. It's going to be the 1A of Brady Joint toking it up front, followed by Herbie. Here comes the 53 car. That is Cole Fensky. And look at this, Sean. Just picked up his 100th feature win not too many weeks ago. The 0-1 of Braden Carter into the top 4.
Carter started outside row 4. He moves into position number 4, following the third place runner as they make their way off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Still all Brady Joint out front. However, the 53 of Logan Anderson closes it just a bit now as they race off turn 4, back by the flag stand.
Down to turn number 1 they'll go. It will be the 1A of Joint battle for the lead off of 2 down the back straightaway. It'll be Joint your leader, followed by the 53 of Logan Anderson, the 21R of Cole Fensky, and the 0-1 machine. Braden Carter's a coming side by side for 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Great race lead, a lot on the line for those winners. Every heat race here tonight, and right now that 1A of Brady Joint continues to hold on and now starts to pull away just a bit from the 53 of Logan Anderson as they go back to turn number 3.
It'll be the 0-1 of Carter down on the bottom of Cole Fensky. They're side by side there. Fensky hustles it on up. You got 5 down and 5 to go. Timing is scoring just off a little bit. We are 1 lap behind on that for those of you watching at home and watching on MRP. It will be the 1A machine. A Dwayne Hanson throwback look for Brady Joint, your race leader. Logan Anderson in the 53, the 0-1 of Carter, and the 21R of Fensky.
So that'll bring us to 4 laps remaining on this one. Joint continues to show the way. Looking very strong battle for the 5th spot, just a little bit deeper in the field. Right now, the 86 ride trying to come forward for one more position of Willie Kirk in the 86W. He'll get back in line, runs 5th as we come down to 3 laps to go.
Willie Kirk working on the bottom side of Burkhart in that 17A machine. They'll hustle it on down there. The CA machine, Parker, Colorado racer. Now going to see Willie Kirk going around. This time they'll come on down. Green flag goes high in the air. We've got 2 circuits remaining.
Still a good advantage for Brady Joint over the 53 of Logan Anderson, but Anderson just keeping enough pressure on your race leader, keeping him honest with a lap and a half to go here in our second heat race. Just a little bit out of striking distance is Braden Carter, who continues to run 3rd with the white flag high in the air.
Braden Carter with an 8-3 run. He's got a +5, so that's like 10 plus some other .2s. A lot of points he gained. I don't know. My brain don't think that back, Sean. You've known that for years. As they work on down into turn number 3 and 4, going to sell this one with a big iron checkered flag to the 1A of Brady Joint. Second will go to Logan Anderson. Braden Carter going third, and Cole Fensky going to the number 4 spot. Going to row number 3, it'll be Coy Viles out of Casco, Wisconsin, the 17B. Charlie Stevens, Algona, Iowa, the 81.
4th row, the 0, Robbie Rosselli out of Minot, North Dakota, and the 31, Jason Roth from Hazel Green, Wisconsin.
Then we'll see the 58 of Hunter Poston out of Villisca, Iowa, the 58, and Danny Conselman out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Heat race number 3 coming to the green, and here we go.
Another 10-lap event as they make their way down into turn number 1. Fellows and Halley side by side. Here comes the 7B of Carter Vandenberg digging on the inside. Vandenberg's got the 2nd spot as they race down the back straightaway. Good drive there for the 13K of Carl Brewer. Brewer working on the bottom side of the speedway in position number 3.
They'll hustle it on down. It's going to be Bellows, your race leader, followed by Vandenberg. Here comes that 3W machine of Brady Halley. Halley right there with Carl Brewer out of Vermilion, South Dakota. Battle right there. Charlie Stevens from just east of here, about a half hour in Algona, coming on up into the number 4 spot now. Field will turn around off of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. It's Bellows with 3 on the ground and 1 in the air.
Yeah, leave that left front at home as he makes his way off of turn number 2. The advantage last time by the stripe over Carter Vandenberg was 4/10 of a second, and it's about 8 car lengths back to the 13B of Carl Brewer, who continues to fend off the 81 of Charlie Stevens, racing 3rd and 4th. They'll come by the flag stand now and put the next lap into the books.
We will have 3 down and 7 to go. Bellows, your leader. We'll watch the battle back here for the number 3 spot. It's going to be Carl Brewer, the 13, the 81 of Stevens, and Coy Viles. Viles out of Wisconsin, going to work there to the bottom side. The Casco runner working the number 5 spot. As you've got 2 cars breaking away, and the rest are looking to find their way to them.
Carter Vandenberg continues to pressure Logan Bellows as they make their way down the back straightaway. Saw a good look of the 13V. Carl Brewer continues to run in the third spot. Here comes the number 81 of Charlie Stevens, working right down there by the tires. They come off turn number 4. They'll see the cross flags. 5 laps in, 5 laps to go in our third of 10 heat races.
Solo hurry the back straightaway. Point those hot rods down the north end of the track going west. Bellows right there, your race leader. Carter Vandenberg, the 7V. Got a 3-2 run right now. Bellows is 1-1. Down the front straightaway they'll go. It'll be Bellows, your leader, followed by Vandenberg, Brewer, Viles. Now getting Consulman into the number 5 spot. Looks like the 81 of Charlie Stevens not picking up on the transponder. Jason Roth also not picking up back there in the 73. Well, he's not picking up, but he's running back there in the 73.
Yeah, things getting pretty close up front now here as we've got a battle for the race lead. Bellows, Vandenberg battling it out front. Winner on the front row of a qualifying feature tonight. Everyone else has to rely on their passing and finishing points to determine where they line up. So you can bet your bottom dollar Carter Vandenberg wants to make one more pass in the final 2 laps.
We'll see what he can do with it, Sean, as you look to the inside of the 34 LV of Bellows. Bellows down to the bottom of the racetrack, kind of protecting that line. Everybody staying in the same line and confined in where they're at. As they come on down, it'll be the Farmer Savings Bank of Fostoria. White flag in the air and 1 to go for Bellows.
Carter Vandenberg's got a couple more chances to try to get there. Bellows slides up a little bit in turn number 2. Battle for the third spot also shaping up as well. Carl Brewer trying to hold off the 81 of Charlie Stevens. Final set of turns off of turn number 4. The 43 LV Logan Bellows gets a heat race win.
Bellows with the win, and it will be the 7V of Carl Brewer, and the 81 of Charlie Stevens, your top 4. In his sophomore season out of Fort Morgan, Colorado, the 01S is Hunter Smith, and to his outside is Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Shelby Alves in the 1.
Dylan Waldvogel from Antigua, Wisconsin, the 52 inside the second row. 25, Ben Ryerson, Arlington, Minnesota outside.
Going to row number 3 out of Hershey, Nebraska, it'll be Troy Bain in the 2T. The 23M, Matt Spees out of Jefferson City, Missouri.
22, Matt Andrews, Malcolm, Nebraska. 07, Corey Kimkis out of Appleton, Wisconsin.
Finals 2 starters, Sir Lancelot, Lance Boardman out of Andrews, Nebraska, the 76, and Fran Brink out of Bussy, Iowa, the 84B. Heat race number 4. Under the green flag, and it's going to be Hunter Smith, who had a fabulous run Saturday night at the Boone Speedway. Put her there in the top 4 as we'll hustle it off at turn number 4, and down the front straightaway it's going to be Smith, your leader, but he's got company. Here comes Waldvogel in the Wisconsin 52.
Yeah, Waldvogel right next to the tire right there at the apex of turns 1 and 2. Got a little bit of a run as well down the back straightaway, side by side for the lead. Turn number 3, Waldvogel on the inside, Smith on the higher line, still side by side. Little trouble deeper in the field.
Battle here for the race lead. Waldvogel, there your leader. He'll show the field off at 2 and out of back straight away. 1 and done in the heat race, Sean, is what it is, and these guys are going to keep them moving here tonight. What's crazy is I know you're a little confused, but they have starters on these things, and they keep going.
No wings, I'm lost.
I know.
Look at Shelby Alves in the 1S machine running in the third spot, starting to close in now on Hunter Smith. Battle for the second spot as they're side by side for position number 5, a bit deeper in the field. Looks like the 07, Corey Kimkis working on Matt Andrews for the spot. Now nearly 3 wide they are on the front stretch.
It'll be Kimkis, the Appleton, Wisconsin race to the 7 to the outside. Ben Ryerson out of Minnesota right there in the 25. They'll battle side by side down the back straightaway. The Arlington, Minnesota racer down on the bottom of Kimkis. Calls 141 Speedway home on Saturday nights as they work him down the front straightaway. Kimkis now to the number 4 spot.
Kimkis up to 4th. Ryerson slides back to the 5th position, but trying to come back to the inside right behind them. Borgman, Andrews working on it. Trouble. Turn number 4, car going around, and we've got our first caution flag of the evening.
Troy Bain out of Hershey, Nebraska around over there. We've just lost the handle of it. Off at turn number 2. Come back over there to the restart zone. That red tire and the blue stripe on the outside retaining wall. Once they get to that point, it's go. Like Geo, like really fast.
Unless you're way down in Louisiana, then it's like Gough, isn't it?
Gotta go. Here we go. Off of turn number 4, it's green flag. Oh, and then deeper the field. You know what they're going to do? Shoot him! Shoot him!
Look at this battle for second between the number 1 car. Smith on the inside line. Alves will get the good run. Shelby Alves capitalizes on the restart. She's got the second position. Another car on the move on the restart is Lance Borgman, the 76. Great restart for him. He's up to the 4th spot.
Lance Borgman out of Beatrice, Nebraska. Big-time contender out there. He's had a lot of great runs out there during the Spring Nationals. Every week we show on Friday night out there. As they work him on in there, Shelby Alves there to the number 2 spot. Of course, her and her husband Chase Alves promote the Interstate Speedway in Jefferson, South Dakota. Doing a little double duty, promoting their upcoming events, and well, racing against some of the people that have come. But look at this little battle right here, Sean.
Yeah, the 22, Matt Andrews, working on that inside line, working on Corey Kimkiss in the 07. Kimkiss is working on Hunter Smith, who was running right at the front of the field earlier in this heat race. They'll go by the flag stand, tip of the green, 2 laps to go in this heat. It's all Waldvogel out front. A 7/10 of a second advantage over Shelby Alves, who continues in second. This race here remains hot and heavy. It is a good one between the 01S of Hunter Smith, the 22 of Matt Andrews, and 07 of Corey Kimkiss. A 3-car battle for the 4th spot.
On down the back straightaway, now down the front straightaway. White flag is out. Top 3 have broken away. Great battle back there for 4th. It will be Andrews, Kimkiss, and Borgman. Field of work on down into turn number 3, off of turn number 4. Heat race number 4 in the books. It'll be Dylan Waldvogel at the line. Shelby Alves by 15 1/1000ths of a second over Lance Borgman. And Corey Kimkiss goes to the number 4 spot.
Row 2, the 22 junior Brady Hilmer, Dysart, Iowa, 77W of Tyler Watts, Beloit, Kansas, outside.
See Tom Lathrop out of Ottumwa, Iowa, the 8, Matt Grawl from Fort Dodge in the 511.
Row 4, the 74, Zachary Rab, Antigua, Wisconsin, Levi Verdorn, Primgar, Iowa, the 37V.
Then we will go there, the 17F, that is going to be Christopher Frisbee out of Boone, and the Candyman, Jared Franzen out of Makokata, Iowa, 33. Hey, guess what? It's the 5th and halfway point of the heat races for your Northern Sportmods. Down into turn number 1 and 2, it's going to be Nate Albrandt to the race lead. Look at this, the 77 of Watts down on the bottom. Tyler Watts, a hard charger out of that Beloit, Kansas area. Salina and RPM Speedways where he runs weekly. But Brady Hilmer, oh boy, got PD's Playhouse tuned up on the outside.
Stock down there on the bottom side of the speedway trying to get forward as the 22 of Hilmer goes up the hill a bit in turn number 2. Repstock on the bottom, Hilmer up top right in front of Zachary Rab as they make their way off of turn number 4, starting to pull away. Nate Albrandt in the 88N.
So they'll work him on down the back straightaway, or now down the front straightaway in turn number 1. It's going to be the 88 machine of Albrandt, the 22 of Hilmer, the 39, that is going to be Rebstock, in the 74 is Zachary Robb there out of Wisconsin in the 7-4. Oh, we got one
trouble.
Look out.
Trouble over there in the 4th turn. The 37V, Levi Verdorn. He'll get it going. Green flag remains out over the speedway.
So as they work him on down there, took a little tilt-a-whirl ride. Thought it was the fair.
Yes.
Off of turn number 4, it's still going to be Nate Albrandt, your race leader. He's got a 2-1 run. Brady Hilmer. Good story about Brady Hilmer Friday night that in Marshalltown destroyed his dad's car and racing his car here tonight. But speaking of racing, here comes Zachary Robb down on the bottom side. Robb down there in that 74, the Antigua, Wisconsin racer, now into the top number 4 spot.
Almost lost count there because Albrandt is so far gone, nearly 3/4 of his straightaway over the field. No, he's not. I'm looking at the lap cars. Things are getting closer up front. Brady Hilmer closes in on your race leader, and suddenly we've got a battle for the lead off of turn number 4 by the flag stand. 4 laps to go. Albrandt and Hilmer race back to turn 1.
4 to go for Brady Hilmer, 3rd-generation racer out of Dysart, Iowa. Working him on down the back straightaway. Albrandt there, your leader, the 22 junior of Brady Hilmer. Zachary Robb there in the number 3 spot. Can Brady Hilmer get to Nate Albrandt?
Still plenty of time in this one, as we could see some lap traffic play a factor in the closing stage here in heat race number 5. Battle for the lead, slide job coming through 3 and 4, and Hilmer goes to the race lead. Here comes the 88 of Albrandt back to his inside. That's how they'll go back to turn 1 with just 2 trips around the track remaining.
Albrandt there, your race leader down the back straightaway. Man, Brady Hilmer, I'm not sure what he's got going on that thing, but it is quick tonight. Brady Hilmer out of Dysart, Iowa, going to be looking at the white flag. 1 to go. Zachary Robb now looking for the number 2 spot, Sean.
Every position matters. That's another 5 points worth of position, 2.2 points for the pass. That all calculates into the lineups later tonight. Meantime, final set of turns, the 22 junior Brady Hilmer exits turn number 4 to the big iron checkered flag. He'll be your winner of Heat 5. Albrandt make that. Rob second, Albrandt third. Rebstock gets passed by, loses a couple spots on that last lap. Watts goes to 4th. Franson sneaks into the top 5. AJ Boulware, Jefferson, South Dakota driver, 14X inside row 2. Race Mullen outside of him, Pearl City, Illinois, his home in 77X.
Going to see John Kleinsma out of Hospers, Iowa, the 1ST, and Devin Peterson out of Milford, Nebraska, the 5D.
The 5T of Tyler Nerid out of Dorchester, Nebraska, and the 777 of Cody Olson from Red Oak, Iowa in the 4th row.
Chase Alves going to be driving the Sioux Falls, South Dakota number 22C, and Trevor Noonan out of Dorchester, Nebraska, the 66 goes shotgun. On now to the back half of heat races for your Friesen Performance Northern Sport Mods. Rabel Construction heat races coming on down to the green flag. Matt Avila, your race leader. Look at there, the 5B and Tim Bergeson up on the outside. Race Mullen's going to get a run on ODP. Devin Peterson, the old 5D, down on the bottom side as they work to lap number 1.
1 lap in the books, 9 laps remaining. Track beautiful early on in this evening here is big run coming on that outside line for Tim Bergeson, closing back in on Avila for the race lead out front. Top 2 pull away just a bit from Cody Olson, who runs 3rd in car 777. And now he's sideways on turn 4. Everybody avoids calamity. They'll try to get it going. The race continues up front. Little slip of the grip there for Bergeson. Avila's got a great run.
Race Mullen will get it going to the infield, but not in time. Caution out for the 777. That'll be his 1 and done. That'll bring us to the Axaholics caution flag. 3, the 7V of Carter Vandenberg was docked 2 positions for roof rake and ride height. So the roof rake was too much and the ride height was too high. So 2-spot penalty for that infraction.
No sneaking through tech this week.
Nope, Super Dave's here.
Nope.
50-50 tickets on sale. Get them bought.
They're right here in our row. We're right here and back to the green flag on the racetrack as well.
Give me your wallet. I got to buy some tickets.
You still owe me 20.
Your wife still owes me a kiss, too, but that's a different story.
Avila out front, the 2X. He'll lead him back to turn number 3. Pair 5s running in the 2nd and 3rd spot as we go side by side for position number 4. Still side by side down the front straightaway as they race back to turn number 1.
They'll hurry off with 2 and on the back straightaway. Avila, they're your race leader. DP, old Devin Peterson, the 5D machine. Working on in. He, of course, is a 6-2 run, a +4. They're gaggled up 3 deep, fanned him out off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway.
Chase Alves deeper in the field, the right side of the 22X machine, all wrinkled up. Of course, he is got a free pass into the feature event coming up on Wednesday night. A little trouble deeper in the field. Everyone gets back onto the racing surface as we come back around to the flag stand. We'll knock another lap off. 6 laps to go.
1 shy of the halfway, and Matt Avila with a 3-second advantage over the 5D of Devin Peterson. Peterson working there to the number 2 spot, followed by the 777 of Cody Olson in the number 3 spot. Peterson's transponder not picking up. Look out, got one almost in the creed off of turn number 4. That's Bullware. If we'd hit anything faster, we'd had Sparklers and Snake, Sean. But look at this battle right there.
Good battle. The trouble there for Bergeson, the 5B, that right side, that is ripped up. That is not aerodynamic. Talked about deck heights and all that going through tech. That's not exactly what they're looking for in tech either.
No, if you go through tech and get a handful of that car, you're going to need a shot of penicillin. Working on down. Or no, that'd be a tetanus shot. Penicillin's for something we'll probably catch tomorrow. Working them off at turn number 4. It's Matt Avila, your race leader. The 5D of Peterson working second, followed by the numbers 777 of Cody Olson and Tyler Narron. Narron right there to the number 4 spot. This time, Sean, 2 to go.
Avila's Rage chassis looking so strong in this heat race. Nearly a full straightaway lead over Devin Peterson's 5D. Again, Peterson not showing up on your scoring ticker on the top of the screen, but it is nearly a full straightaway advantage. Things getting closer back there with Cody Olson and Tyler Narron as they race for third. White flag is out.
Farmers Savings Bank of Fostoria, final lap underway. As it is down the back straightaway. That too of Matt Avila out of Boone. And I believe he's got 3, maybe 4 feature wins on the season already. Going to pick up a heat race win. Looking to put himself into a $25,000 spot on Wednesday. Going to be Avila to the win. Peterson going second. Olson and Narron, your top 4. Matt Avila picking up heat race number 6. What do you think so far, Sean?
This is fun. We're right here in the middle of the grandstands with these great fans. Great racing action.
Nobody's thrown anything at me yet.
Well, we could fix that. I mean,
I'm sure you could.
They just got to get their beer cans empty before they can start throwing them.
No, just throw me a full and open one.
Perfect.
Here we go. Speaking of opening, let's open up heat race number 7 down the front straightaway. Joe and Emmitsburg collision, center green flag. It'll be Braden Allers. Here comes Tyler Drosty. Drosty down there in the old duck hunter, trophy hunter, whatever hunter you want to call it. Joe Dosick will ride as he works it on there as they hustle it on down. It's going to be Allers, Drosty, Mary Hahn, and Josh Most, your top 4.
Jared Baumeister had a big drive getting into turn number 3. He does the same back here in turn number 1. He's into the top 5 now in the 8-1-1. Started inside the 4th row into the top 5. That's going to be a fun car to watch. Speaking of fun to watch, here comes Josh Most up to the 3rd spot.
Yeah, Josh Most pulling in one of them White Castle moves. He'll run a late model, a stock car, a midget at the Chili Bowl, a 410 non-wing car. If it's got 4 tires or whatever, he's probably been in it at one point or another. Mary Hahn right there, the Nebraska racer, working on in off at turn number 4 to the number 3 spot.
Drosty has pressure. Here comes Most to the inside. Slider couldn't quite clear him. Battle down the back straightaway. Drosty pulls back away in position number 2.
So the work him off at turn number 4 is going to be Brandon Allers right there, your race leader, followed by Tyler Drosty. Then it is Josh Most, Mary Hahn, Jared Baumeister, the 17P and Rich Pavlicek. Pavlicek right back there in the number 5. Well, it says 4, but that's not right. As they work him off down there, it's like Josh Most not picking up on the scoring loop.
Most runs in that 3rd spot, not too far behind. Drosty, who's in 2nd. Braden Allers, his lead 1.6 seconds over the rest of the field. Just saw the crossed flags. We are halfway. Speaking of halfway, the cushion is halfway up the racetrack as well, all the way around the Clay County Fair Speedway. Battle for the 2nd spot. Here comes Most.
Oh boy, it's a battle of the PB's Playhouse drivers. Drosty in the 12D, the 92 of Josh Most. You saw Drosty swing it on in there. Most got around him. Josh Most going to lay it on up there off of turn number 4 to the number 2 spot. Put Drosty back to 3rd.
Most on the move in this heat race outside row 3 was his starting spot. Now runs in position number 2, but needs to erase a 2.5 second interval to get up to Braden Allers and battle for the race lead, and running short on time. Tip of the green flag. 2 laps to go in heat race number 7.
So down the front straightaway, Brandon Allers, your race leader in turn number 1, followed by Josh Most. Then it will be the 12D and Dosicle, the 81, which is now tonight the 811, I believe. That, of course, is Jared Baumeister. Baumeister right there as we come to the white flag and 1 to go.
The white flag waves. Allers well in control of this one. Slayton, Minnesota, his hometown. They got their first race in the books this past Friday night after battling a lot of weather earlier this season up there in Slayton. Allers through turn number 3. He'll exit turn number 4. He's coming to that big iron checkered flag.
Feel the work on down. Allers to the win. Most Drosty in the 9-1 or the 8-1-1 at Jared Boneyster. You got it wrong, Sean.
What did I do?
Slaytona.
Slaytona, yes. 29S of Colton C. from Chilton, Wisconsin, and the 118 of Austin Stam out of Orangeville, Illinois, make up row 2.
Then we'll go to Mitchell Morris in the 18 out of St. Charles, Iowa, and Jim Blazina out of Blair, Nebraska, the 3J.
4th row, the 1M, Doug McCullough from Webster City, and Jake Sacco out of Manning, Iowa, in the 14.
Devin Charpenter out of Staples, Minnesota, the 743, and Cole Succo, Cresco, Iowa, the 75. Another 10-pack here in the heat race number 8. Down the green flag. Here we go. It's going to be Zach Nitch. Nitch right there to the number 1 spot. Going to put back there. 75 of Jeff Lloyd up to the top of the racetrack. Austin Stam there in the 118 car. It's going to be a 2-car breakaway early in the running of this one, as it will be Nitch and 29C, Colton C. Sees his way to the number 2 spot.
Battle for the 3rd position. Look at the number 118 of Stam digging on the inside. Just doesn't have the grip at the exit of turn number 2, allowing the 75L of Jeff Lloyd to continue to run 3rd. Here comes the 14 of Sacco working on the bottom of the speedway. He started in row 4. He's got position 4.
Last time we were here last Tuesday night, Jake Sacco dominated the Sportmod A main. Got himself a tune-up, of course, the defending Speedway Motors IMCA Super Nationals champion, fueled by Casey's in that 14 car out of Manning, Iowa. Coming to the bottom side, Jeff Lloyd on the outside, Sacco to the bottom, wheel to wheel to turn number 1. White Castles are coming.
Big slider over there in turn number 2. Moves Sacco from 8th up to 3rd now in the 14. That's the good news for him. The bad news, he's a 1.5 seconds behind Colton C., who runs in the 2nd spot. Still plenty of time to go. We're down to 6 laps remaining in this heat race. It's all Zach Nitch out front in the 007.
Nitch followed by C, Sacco, Stam, and Lloyd. Now Mitch Morris in the 18 car to St. Charles, the Southern Iowa racer, moving on into the number 5 spot. Speaking of 5, it's 5 down and 5 to go for your race leader, Zach Nitch.
Nitch continues to hold on to a 1-second lead. Sacco now 1.1 seconds behind Colton C. Sacco's last lap was a 19.6 to a 20.1 for Colton C. The math said Sacco is catching him and will get there before the checker.
Yeah, there's 2 things that aren't lying right now, and it's the eye chart and the speed chart. Jake Sacco, fastest car, with a 19.816 right now. Oh, hang on, got one around to the bottom of turn number 2. Keep her moving. Down to the green, still out. It'll be 7 down, 3 to go. Nitch, your leader. C and Sacco, your top 3.
Sacco has caught C as they work in turn number 1. Sacco 4 in the fluff as he goes through turns 1 and 2. It had a good run, then he lost the momentum at the exit of the corner. C pulls back away as they go to turn number 3. C is closing in on Nitch. We could have a 3-car battle here in the closing laps, but just 2 laps to go to make that happen.
Green high to the air as they work him on down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be Nitch, your race leader, followed by C, Sacco, and Stam. They'll make their way on down into turn number 3 and 4 to the Farmer Savings Bank of Fostoria. Final lap with the white flag waving. 1 to go for Zach Nitch out of Allied, Kansas.
Nitch will bring the field back to turn number 1. His lead now 1.2 seconds. Sacco just a half second behind C here on this final time down the back straightaway. Going to get close as they head to turn number 3. Sacco will dive to the bottom side of the speedway. Battle for second as they come to the checkered flag. And your winner, Zach Nitch, for second. It goes to Colton C. Sacco 3rd. Stam gets the 4th spot and 5th, going to the 75 of Cole Sacco. So that is the finish of heat race number 8. Heat race number 9 in the staging area. Uh-oh, Jerry. Look over by Casey's.
What happened? Oh,
somebody.
Ooh, somebody over there at Casey's didn't get hit by a didn't get hit by the city cop. but got hit by the state patrol over there. Could you see the guy in the blue truck about that? See the lady about the 211 in progress? Yeah, go ahead.
What if they had the radar gun pointed at the racetrack?
Then they probably got that guy going about 95. This is the regular weekly pit area right here. Now just keep going to the west, Mike.
There's the big slide I told you about way at the top of the screen.
The giant slide up there. So right here in this grassy area where our friends from Velocity are set up, that's usually where all the tractors are parked. You know, the old 2-cylinders, the old vintage tractors. Then there's more haulers out here in this parking lot to the top of your screen. And then Mike's going to keep going, and then there's going to be more haulers to the west.
I told you, when I got my armband, I was 7 miles away.
I told you, you was almost to Hartley.
Yeah, it's a lot of race car haulers out there.
I would say Belinda did a really good job of parking rigs. She knows what she's doing.
Well done.
Yes, here we go. Heat race number 9 going to be Brody Enter out of New Ulm, Minnesota, the 23E, and Darren Repke out of Lamar's, Iowa, the 47.
79W, Bill Wagner, Armstrong, Iowa. 26, Tyler Hofschild out of Greenville, Wisconsin.
Then we'll see Lynn Brockett from Ogden, Iowa, the 57. Old Cam Gruber, the mayor of Munger, Kansas, the 27G.
Alec Fenton, the 082K. Taylor Cool, Hunter Longnecker, and Corey Madden, the rest of the starting grid. Heat race number 9 underway with a little extra moisture now on the top side of the speedway.
Yep, just put a little moisture up there on the top. Didn't do anything else. Brody Enter, your race leader, the 47 of Darren Ripke out of Lamar's. Look out. We got one around. That is the 20. I know he's still spinning around the 26 car. Hustle on in. That's Taylor Hafschlitt out of Wisconsin. Meanwhile, look at Taylor Cool. She right now, Taylor Cool, an 8-2 run, Sean. A +6 for the Lady Racer.
Yeah, it may not be done there. Closing in on Brody. Enter your race leader, the 23E. The cushion is good. A lot of speed to be found up there. Corey Madden runs third, not too far behind that top 2 duo. That is happening out front. Meanwhile, they're side by side for the 4th spot. Alec Fett working the high line. Bill Wagner in that mix as well in car 79.
They'll work on down into turn number 1 and 2. Taylor Cool looking off a 2 and on the back straightaway. Taylor Cool down on the bottom of the racetrack trying to make something happen. Now she'll lay back to the top of the west end. Taylor Cool, boom, bang, got him. She's your new race leader.
That was absolutely brilliant. Cool went to the bottom, showed the nose. Enter said that's got to be where the line's at. Moved down, battle for the 2nd spot. Ooh, close. That was close on the back stretch.
Corey Madden coming with a run down there. Got hustled up off the racetrack. And this time, Sean, 5 down and 5 to go. Beautiful shot. For those of you watching at home on Advantage and IMCA TV of what this place looks like.
Quietly moving forward is Alec Fett, the 08. Up several positions. Started in the 4th row into the top 4. Moving forward like he's driving a Sportmod or as modified over at the High Side RC Speedway in Algona, Iowa in the wintertime.
Oh, yeah. On down the back straightaway going to be Taylor Cool, your race leader on up front, followed by Brody Enter. Now Hunter Longnecker. Hunter Longnecker trying to chase that thing from the tail. Working on down. He works on Cam Gruber right there. Old BPD right there. Bulletproof Designs, Cam Gruber there. You see 47 machine of Darren Ripke out of Lamar's. 2 to go this time. Cool, your leader.
Taylor Cool looking very strong as we see that continuation of the battle. Now 3 wide off of turn number 4. Ripke continues to hold on to position number 6. Meantime, final set of turns. No, 2 to go. That time they'll make their way to the white flag. I was getting way ahead of myself. Taylor Cool, she's way ahead as well, Jerry.
They'll work on down. Taylor Cool rocking and rolling on this one. She's got herself a 3.1 second advantage as they work on down the back straightaway to turn number 3 and turn number 4 on this Farmer Savings and Bank Fostoria final lap. Big iron, checkered, sold to Taylor Poole. The 2K at the line, it will be enter Madden and Fett, your top 4. Johnny, race number 10, coming to the racetrack. The 30M, McGuire DeYoung out of Montezuma, and Nick Zdroik out of Hartford, Wisconsin.
Brian Morris, the 0LD, the old car, out of St. Charles, Iowa, and Tyler Inman out of Altoona, the 37X Row 4.
Final 2 starters going to be Justin Raymond out of Bird, Iowa, the 5J, and Chris Van Mill out of Barnesville, Minnesota, the 40.
Final Sportmod Heat race. Heat 10 coming to the green flag. It waves were underway. 10 laps to go on this one. Passing and finishing points. The name of the game is Cam Reimers makes his way to the race lead. 3 wide for the 3rd spot. Now making a 2-wide battle for position number 2. Here comes that 7X Jonah Chin back to the mix up front. He's got the 2nd spot as Cam Reimers leads lap number 1.
Field working on down. It'll be Reimers followed by Chin, Dusty Massolini, the 73 and Dustin White out of Eagle River, Wisconsin. Off with 2 and out of back straightaway. McGuire DeYoung slid it up, crossed it over. It'll be White back on the bottom side. They work on down into turn number 3 and 4, and down the front straightaway we go. It will be Reimers followed by Jonah Chin, Dusty Massolini.
Massolini not showing up in the proper spot on your scoring ticker. He's looking for the 2nd spot up in front of this battle as we see many changes of position here. McGuire DeYoung moving forward. Bottom side of the speedway looks to be coming back in to always race a Clay County Fair Speedway.
You do it, Trent Chin doing a great job on this surface. Oh, the 40 machine of Chris Van Mill pulls to the infield, and there is once again the 37 of Inman. Tyler Inman out of Altoona, Iowa, down there to the bottom side. Flip the numbers. It's the 73 out of Eagle River, Wisconsin. Dustin White there in the 73, working the number 3 spot.
It's all Cam Reimers out front. Don't worry about him. He's a full straightaway ahead of the 2nd place running Dusty Massolini. They'll work into turn number 3. Big slider potential. Nope, couldn't quite get there. It is racy in turns 3 and 4.
Field of work off at 2 down the back straightaway. Battle right here. McGuire DeYoung coming to look and coming to call. They'll hurry on down the back straightaway, and it's going to be right here. Your race leader way up high. The 21K of Reimers, followed by the 8K of Massolini. The 73 of White and the 30M of DeYoung.
DeYoung has the 37X of Inman right behind him as they race on the very top side of turns 1 and 2. Great look there as they make their way off of turn 2 and down the back straightaway back to turn 3. Still all Cam Reimers, the 21, looking so very stout in Heat 10.
Someone make their way on down the front straightaway. Cam Reimers still your race leader. 7 down, 3 to go. McGuire DeYoung right there. Zippy D's, ain't in the middle of this tuned on in, watching Jake Pike. Good to see a lot of you. Rick Brown tuned in on the live look in. 2 to go.
Well, that's a big move as the McGuire DeYoung went sliding across the racetrack. They'll go back down to the other end of the speedway. Dustin White tried to repay the favor, couldn't quite get there. Some great racing in these heat races. White flag is out in his own zip code is Cam Reimers. He's got to make it one more time around the speedway. Everyone else still fighting for positions.
Working them on in. You ever wondered what a straightaway advantage is? It's almost a little at 6 seconds. Brings it on down, does it in fashion. Cam Reimers, your winner out of Kelly, Iowa. Hang on a minute, Sean. We'll talk amongst ourselves.
Okay.
Just how was your day today?
That was real nice. It was nice.
Oh, second right there. Dusty Massolini, McGuire DeYoung, and Dusty White. So that'll wrap up your Sportmod Heat races. Sportmod Heat races in the book. Go Radar tuned in over across the pond, watching on in on a little Facebook Live look in on Advantage Racing and IMCA TV. You, Sean, have the voice for radio and the face for TV, and I just have nothing. I have been on TV and I have been on the radio. Just didn't get paid for it. Had to pay for it.
I was getting my hair cut the other day, and the lady told me I had a really nice head of hair. I said, it's the last good thing I've got going for me. And she said, yeah.
I went
to
the barber and got my hair's cut.
Yeah.
Here we go, looking for the green flag off of turn number 4. Going to give you a couple looks. Giving you 2 live look-ins. Look at this. Derek Green going to roll that 32 up there to the top spot. They'll work him off a 2 and out of back straightaway 43 machine. That's Rick Dix. Dix out of Kingsbridge, Wisconsin. Whoa, look out, hang on. 53 of Jeremy Thornton going around on up there.
Early mover, the number 4. Jackson Mulder was trying to come forward there. Now on the inside of the speedway, here comes Matthew Loft. We've said his name at a checkered flag, and now he looks for position number 2. Matt Loft on the inside as he battles with Rick Dix for the second spot.
They'll work him off at turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. It'll be Green. Look at this. You've got a great battle for the Muffler Pros runner-up spot here on lap number 2. Down the back straightaway. Nathan, this is how you find your cooler. You go looking for it, just like the 99 of Matt Loft is doing. He'll look to the bottom. Can he find it? Yes, he found second place.
Can he hold on to it? Loft bringing with him on that inside line the 5L of Dustin Larson. Works on the bottom. Just the cars running that inside of the speedway really struggling to get a good head of steam off of turn number 2. But Larson and Loft continue to work the bottom side of the speedway as we come off of turn 4.
Down the front straightaway, still Loft and Dix right there. That 4 of Mulder right to the bottom side. Dix hanging around the top, just swinging that thing around, working the 99L of Loaf. Loaf looks up, says, man, that Dix is pretty good run around the outside. I got a better steed on the bottom, though, as they hurry it. It is Loaf, Dix, and Mulder with 5 to go.
They just saw the crossed flags. Loaf from 5th up to 2nd. Larson not giving up on that bottom line of the speedway in the number 5L, started 8th. Look at the run he gets getting into the corner. This is where he struggles. That high line has all the momentum. That time, big move there from Larson. Went up, closed the door on the 4 of Mulder, and took all of his momentum away.
Larson using her all, making her happen. You got to get points. Larson right there, started back in the 8th spot. He is into 4th right now. Green low. Rick Dix not picking up on the transponder right yet. As they hurry off a 2 and down the back straightaway, it'll be Derek Green from the pin with the lead. 99L Loaf, then it is Rick Dix and that 5L of Larson this time to go.
Larson way up in the loose dirt on the top side of the speedway. He's got a run coming after Rick Dix as they go down to turn number 1. Larson to the inside, slide job. He's got the spot. Dix will slide back to the 4th position. Dustin Larson in the 5L, 8th to 3rd. Meantime, way out front is Derek Green, a 3.5 second lead as he takes the white flag.
Derek Green just out front all by himself. Hanging out there, just nothing better to do. So I'll lead this thing on curve. Matt Loaf back there in second. Loaf the 99L, a 5-2 run. Larson with a 8-3 run. As they come on down, checkered out for Derek Green. Second will go to the 99L, Matthew Loaf, and me, Dustin Larson, and Rick Dix, your top 4. From Sioux Rapids, Iowa, the TNT2, and Riley McGee out of Pulaski, Wisconsin, the 272.
The 12R, Reed Payne out of Idaho Falls, Idaho, his home, and the 199, Jeremy Christians, Horkin, Wisconsin.
Tim Vandy High out of Swamico, Wisconsin, the 4T. From Belle Plaine, Iowa, the 38T of Dylan Thornton. And Abe Holes out of Carthage, Illinois, the Talk Dirty 30C shotgun. Final 3 look into the night. If you like what you see after this one, head out to Advantage Racing. Hang on, Dilly Dilly. The back 3 cars around. 272 of McGee got crossed up, collected. The 38T of Dylan Thornton Caution is out. Caution is out.
Big time troubles.
27 to 272 of McGee. He's going to give and take. He's going to give that car some attention and take away that bad wheel and tire. We'll see what happens here. As watch the black car. He just goes in there, goes for the tilt-a-whirl ride. Dilly says, what? I don't know what. Ooh, and then Thornton gets smacked. And Abe Holmes is like, well, I don't got anything to do tonight. I might as well just sit here and hit you and have to work on my race car.
We're going to have to watch the 38T of Dylan Thornton after you could see the contact there. It looked like the left rear wheel was bent on that car. Yeah, you can even see it here idling under the caution. You can see the wheel maybe even off of the, or the tire maybe off the wheel just a little bit. But if that wheel is bent, that car is going to have a terrible vibration and be a handful to drive for the 10 laps in this entire heat race.
So what you're saying, he would be going down the straightaway and if he was talking to me.
Exactly, precisely.
Wow. That was crazy. I know how Dylan Thornton sounds.
Yeah. They're 3 wide right away on the start here as they race back down to turn number 1. Jeff Ware wants nothing to do with that 3 wide business. He's got the lead, at least for a moment. Here comes Jeffrey Larson.
Jeffrey Larson up on the top side, the driver out of Reading, Minnesota. Working that 7L Warfare machine to the top of the racetrack. He's going to take the lead. Here comes RTJ. Ricky Thornton Jr. in the Brand X DeVillevis 20 RT car. Down around the bottom of the speedway. They'll hurry and scurry the backside. Working on in, down into turn number 3 and 4. It's Larson, Ware, Thornton, and Tripp, your top 4.
They'll make their way off of that 4th turn back by the flag stand. Knock it down to 8 laps to go. Jeffrey Larson just in front of Jeff Ware by a half second. Then Ricky Thornton Jr. getting wild deeper in the field. Talked about maybe some ill handling issues for Dylan Thornton. Not exactly the case. He's right into the mix trying to get back into the top 5.
Dylan Thornton down on the bottom at 38T trying to make his way up. Of course, he started back there in the 10th starting spot. He is gaining some points by passing cars as he sits in front of the Hurricane. That is the 199X, not Travis Pastrana, but Jeremy Christians out of Hurricane, Wisconsin.
Thornton continues to work the bottom side of the speedway, as in Dylan. There's Ricky Thornton Jr. He'll dive to the bottom side of the speedway. Jeff Ware on the top line, side by side for the position. Ware's got the momentum. Ware continues to run in the 2nd spot. That's allowing Jeffrey Larson to pull away to a 1-second lead.
Larson going to be the first one to the cross flag, seeing halfway home Jeffrey Larson. Followed by Jeff Ware, Ricky Thornton Jr., Devin Tripp, Jeremy Christians, and Dylan Thornton. That rounds out your top 6. Speaking of 6, that's not where Dylan Thornton wants to be anymore as he looks to the inside of the 199X machine of Jeremy Christians out of Hurricane, Wisconsin. Feel the work on down the front straightaway. Now Ricky Thornton trying to still take a little stab and grab at that number 2 spot.
Diamond move here in turn number 2. Thornton dives to the bottom, uses the hill to build some momentum. He'll get to the left rear quarter as a little bit of action a little bit deeper in the field. Devin Tripp in the TNT 2. Here comes Dylan Thornton diving to the bottom side of the speedway. Tripp man got into concrete. Big time slider for Dylan Thornton, and now Tripp back to his inside as they go to turn 1.
Dylan and Thornton looking to walk the dinosaur around the outside. Can he get the daily double? Yes, he did. Dylan Thornton a 10-4 run. A +6 right now with 2 to go. Thornton on the button in that 38T car. Of course, he won here last Tuesday night.
Ricky Thornton Jr. takes the 2nd spot. Jeff Ware takes it right back. They head to turn number 3. When they get to the front straightaway, they'll see the white flag. Another slider for the 2nd spot. Ricky Thornton Jr. and Jeff Ware waging war.
So to be RTJ on the top side, Jeff Ware right there. Stock cars doing stock car things. On down into turn number 3 and 4, it will be Jeffrey Larson to the big iron, checkered flag to the win off of turn number 4. Got him. It'll be RTJ, Jeff Ware, and Dylan Thornton, your top 4. Well, all good 3 3 things must come to an end, Sean, and we thank you for being tuned in for a little Advantage TV and IMCA TV and all that great Facebook free look in.
That'll bring us to heat race number 3 for the stock cars. The 20 of Brandon Schmidt, Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, and the 82 of Shelby Williams out of Bonham, Texas in row 1.
There you go. We will see Braden Richards got his first stock car win Saturday night down at the Harlan Speed Plant, the 11R. Austin Brands out of Boyden, Iowa, the 117.
The 18 XX Greg Elliott, Webster City, Iowa, V31. Todd Van Eaton out of Orient, Iowa, row 3.
Andrew Kloss from Spencer, the 7C. Riley Christensen, Audubon, the 79 RC. TJ Herman out of Atwood, Tennessee, the 1, the 96F. Perry Meisner out of Albert, Kansas, and Josh Daniels, Carlisle, 25C.
Already underway on the outside. Shelby Williams to the lead down the back straightaway. Got the 20. Brandon Schmidt running in the second spot, side by side for third. Very wide racing surface. 3 wide nearly as they exited that 4th turn. Big move there for the 117 of Austin Brands to take third.
The work on there. It is the old kid rocket. Shelby Williams, Bonham, Texas, your race leader, followed by the 20 out of Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, Brandon Schmidt. He'll hustle the top of the racetrack. Here comes Austin Brands and Braden Richards, the Godfather. Todd Van Eaton has got that number 1 of TJ Herndon. Last fall picked up a big stock car win at the Batesville Motor Speedway. TJ Herndon out of Tennessee working right there to the number 5 spot.
Things getting closer for that second position between Brandon Schmidt in the 20 and the 117 of Austin Brands as they work on the cushion right in front of Braden Richards. Top 4 breaking away from the rest of the field. Saw a good look there moments ago of Andrew Kloss working on the inside of the speedway coming after Todd Van Eaton.
So working him on down the front straightaway, it is going to be the 82 machine of Shelby Williams, followed by Brandon Schmidt, Austin Brands, the 11R of Braden Richards, TJ Herndon, and Todd Van Eaton. They'll work the top there. You see him down at the bottom, the 7C of Andrew Kloss, the 25 of Daniels. But Shelby Williams, Sean, he's made a couple trips to Iowa, and every time he does, it rains. Let's hope that maybe this is the 3rd trip he comes and it doesn't rain the rest of the week.
He'll make his way right up there on the brim of turns 1 and 2. Great look there from high above here at the Clay County Fair Speedway. Williams brings us back to turn number 3. Brandon Schmidt continues to trail by just about a half second. Here's the race for third heating up off of turn 4. The 117 of Austin Brands trying to fend off the 11R of Braden Richards. Richards to the bottom side of the speedway, looking for third. But here comes Brands with the momentum, with the help from the cushion.
Working on down into turn number 3 and 4. It is Shelby Williams, your leader, followed by Schmidt. Now Braden Richards. Like we said, Braden Richards, 2nd-generation driver out of Madrid, picked up his first IMCA stock car win Saturday night at the Clay County Speedway. He'll sit back there in the number 4 spot on Brands. He'll look to the bottom side. Now he's going to throw the drive job. Nothing to be had. White Castle didn't work that time. It'll be Brands with 2 to go, still the number 3 spot.
We'll see what they've got in mind down here in turns 1 and 2. Top 5 all ripping the very top side of the speedway. Brands trying to keep his momentum up and not allow Richards to dive back to his inside as he gets to turn number 3. Richards follows suit with Brands on the very top side of the speedway. They'll come to the white flag. Final lap underway now in heat race number 3 of 10. The lead for Shelby Williams remains right at a half second.
First and foremost, they run him on down. It will be right there. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. The 82 is Shelby Williams. Checkered flag out, the Bonham, Texas racer. Shelby Williams with the win. Brandon Schmidt going second at the line. Got him. Braden Richards to the number 3 spot. Austin Brands back to 4th by 21 thousandths of a second.
Jason Breeze out of Meriden, Iowa, the 21B, and the 26J of Justin Addison out of Meadow Grove, Nebraska in row 4.
Final 3 starters going to be Jake McBurney out of Boone of the 822, Micaiah Heidelbaum, Menlo, Iowa, the 72H, and Jeremy Down out of Nebraska City, Nebraska, the 6X. Sean, here we go.
Another 10 laps in store. Heat race number 4 is green. They'll make their way. Oh, contact as they get down into turn number 1. Troy Burkhart trying to keep it on the speedway as the 35 of Bill Crimmins not giving him a whole lot of room. That contact allows the 15 of Mike Mullen to go to the inside of the speedway and go to the race lead. Here comes Crimmins trying to get to the cushion. Mullen right through the middle. It's going to get close here off of turn number 4. Very close as they race back down to turn number 1. Crimmins with a slight advantage when they went by the line.
Slight advantage, 29 one-thousandths of a second. Sean is, look at this, Bill Crimmins back up on the outside. Billy working it up there. Here comes Gage Neal. Neal down there in the 12 end. Oh, hang on, mighty Mike Mullen out of Seymour's got troubles. As Troy Burkhart, oh, he's got big troubles. The right front is totally shanked out of that thing.
Bill Crimmins looks strong, however. The 35 continues to lead. Gage Neal closes in and side by side for third, just behind that top 2 duo. Troy Burkhart working on the bottom side of the speedway at the 25 with an X. Coming after Brock Badger. Burkhart on the bottom, Badger up top, top 2, really close, top 4. Really close, throw a blanket over them as they race back down the back straightaway.
Down the back chute side of the racetrack they go. It'll be the 35 car of Crimmins. Had a little bit of an echo there as they hustled on down the front straightaway. It's Crimmins, followed by Neal. Look at this. It's like half the numbers. The 25X. Wow! White Castle by the Gentle Giant. Slide it in half. It's the 50 of Badger. Down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Badger now repays the White Castle. Says, I like mine without cheese, please, as they hustle down the front straightaway.
5 laps to go. Crossed flags when they went by the flag stand. And boy, the margin for error on the top side of the speedway getting oh so thin all the way around the Clay County Fair Speedway. Here comes Gage Neal closing in once again. Here comes the 25X of Troy Burkhart on the bottom. Couldn't quite get there to contend with the top 2.
Yeah, it's kind of like when the snowman told the band that we got to stop and choke and puke because Snow Flash is a little bit of thin in the skin, and that's exactly what she is. You have got to tiptoe the tulips on the top. Bill Crimmins, Gage Neal right there. Burkhart in third. Fourth is Badger. 5 is the Bobcat.
So close as they go back to turn number 1, but what do you do to make a move here to advance another position? Jake McBurney deeper in the field, tried the bottom side of the speedway, didn't like it. He'll go back to the top as they go to turn 3. Jonathan Logue tries the bottom side of the speedway, slides right back to the top line. Here comes the 25X. Burkhart going to try it again on the bottom. Couldn't quite get there with the top 2, continuing to pound the cushion.
So they'll work on down the back straightaway. It will be right there, the 35 of Crimmins. Up front, white flag out. Gage Neal saw him bobble, and here we go. Got him down the front straightaway. 16 one-thousandths of a second. Gage Neal to the lead, lets it slide. Billy Crimmins back to the bottom. Crimmins in the 35, Neal in the 12. They come together. They run into each other down the back straightaway. Gage Neal up the hill he goes. It's going to be Crimmins off of 4. Crimmins to the win. Burkhart, Neal, and Badger go top 4, and I don't think, wow. They were slamming and a banging off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway with Bill Crimmins. Billy Crimmins there. Troy Burkhart runs up there and says, dude, that was crazy.
Yeah. Are we having fun yet here at the Clay County Fair Speedway?
Yes.
That's the beauty of social media. 20 years ago, you couldn't start a race early. Now, these days, you just jump on there and say, hey, we're going to start 30 minutes early, and everyone shows up.
I know.
Heat 5 comes onto the speedway, 10 laps on the board. Passing and finishing points, the name of the game. The field rumbling to the start.
Off of turn number 4, it's going to be Tathan Burkhart. And Daniel's right there, old Luke Lemons. The 007 machine out of Green Bay, Wisconsin, working on down there. The 19J, or the 19T dub, that is Tim Ward working right there to the number 3 spot. Shryock And that 30 machine of Travis Barker, Mr. Clean out of Sioux City. But it's Tathan Burkhart, the 250, your race leader.
3 wide momentarily for the second spot. Shryock on the bottom. Barker goes lower than him. Kelly Shryock to the second position. Here comes Barker with him down the back straightaway and into turn number 3 as the 007 of Luke Lemons makes a right-hand turn and heads to the pit area. Now, trouble. Couple cars getting together deeper in the field. Everyone else continues on. Tathan Burkhart will lead down in turns 1 and 2. Here comes Barker to the inside. Shryock a lane up off the bottom, but the yellow lights are coming on. Yellow around the Clay County Fair Speedway here in heat race number 5 for the IMCA stock cars. There may be bats down there. I don't know.
Bats in the belfry. We're going to watch from the drone. Well, looks to me like it was 2 drivers going for the same piece of real estate, and one did not get the property bought.
Close racing here. We're going to see a lot of close racing here this week at the Clay County Fair Speedway. Burkhart, your race leader. Kelly Shryock chooses the inside line. Travis Barker alongside him as they make their way back to the green. 2 laps in, 8 laps to go. Heat 5 is back underway.
Field of work on down the front straightaway. Burkhart with the point. Barker on the outside. Shryock down around the bottom. Burkhart going to layer up there on the top. Down to the bottom's Kelly Shryock. Look at that 30 of Travis Barker, the Sioux City, Iowa racer. The 19 T-dub of Tim Ward in 4th. Sean Bruns to 5. They'll work off at turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Shryock gonna sneak to the race lead, Sean.
A master on the bottom side of the speedway is Kelly Shryock, and he uses that line to get himself to the lead and start to pull away. The 250 of Burkhart continues to run second. Barker, and here comes T-Dub on the inside of the speedway. The 19 TW trying to dig on the inside, come forward from position 4 as Barker gets out of line. He'll go to the bottom side of the speedway, coming after Burkhart for second.
They'll hustle off at 2 down the back straightaway. Burkhart down there on the outside. Ward right behind him, and Travis Barker finding that moisture off of turn number 2 down along the tires, trying to make something happen. They'll work down into turn number 3 and 4. Travis Barker right there. The 250, Tathan Burkhart to the outside, put Barker to the number 2 spot.
Can he chase down Kelly Shryock? Barker looking very good down next to the tires. Burkhart has more momentum, though, as they leave turn number 2. Deeper in the field, Sean Bruns trying to work the bottom side of the speedway. Now Barker goes up top. He's going to try to reel in your race leader. Kelly Shryock's lead last time at the line was 0.7 of a second. This time it's 0.8. Shryock a little bit quicker.
Shryock, the master, down there on the tires, working it there. Travis Barker in tow. 250 of Burkhart, 19 T-Devil Ward, and Bakarma. Bakarma right there is a work off at turn number 4 this time. Lap number next is 7 down, 3 to go.
The lead, now a second for Travis Barker in the number 30. Burkhart, Tim Ward, Bakarma the top 5. So Bakarma from 10th into the top 5, getting some good passing points here in heat race number 5. That's Stubbe atop the flag stand, waves the green flag. 2 laps to go in the 5th heat race. It's still Kelly Shryock, this time by the stripe. The lead grows out to 1.6 seconds. That number 3 machine is hooked up.
Hurry on down the back straightaway. Shryock followed by Barker. Ward going to the bottom side, trying to make something happen on Burkhart. Nothing to be done that time. They'll work down into turn number 3 and 4 this time. Farmers Savings Bank of Fostoria. Final lap is underway. Shryock is your leader. Barker followed by the 250 of Burkhart. Bakarma and Ward are back there. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Sean Checkers coming.
See Shryock lock the left front tire up as he got on the brakes to woe the car down for turn 3. Accelerates off turn number 4 to the checker flag. Big iron checker flag to Kelly Shryock. Travis Barker second. Tathan Burkhart in the 3rd spot. Tim Ward and Nick Bakarma complete the top 5 out of heat race number 5. Matthias Lux out of Hartley, Iowa in the 33M, and the 19 of Ryan Ayers out of Salina, Kansas in row 2.
154E is Paulina's Carter Evans and Jason Fisher out of Lakefield, Minnesota, the 14X.
From Bedford, Iowa, the 37D, Brad Derry inside row 4. Timothy Warner out of Malone, Wisconsin, the 03W.
Big Sid Mosier out of Sioux City, Iowa, the 27M. And Big Money, Benji Lacrosse out of Casco, Wisconsin, the 54. 50-50 tickets, t-shirts, and hoodies on sale down there. Make sure and get one before they go. Because once they're gone, you can't buy them no more, Sean.
Then they go to eBay and the price goes up.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Jay Schmidt with the lead. Look at this. Battle for the lead. 4-car stair stepping off of turn number 2. The 33M of Matthias Lux finds the grip. He'll grab the second spot. Brings Carter Evans with him in the 154E. Shuffling Brandon Hood in the 1B to the top side of the speedway.
Oh, Carter Evans around in turn 4. We'll see if he can keep her moving. Look at that old Mr. 10mm Timmy Warner coming on around to the 03W. Caution coming, caution coming. Yellow on the racetrack.
Yeah, debris down there in the first turn as well. So Carter Evans couldn't get the 154E going. You can see a little bit of his nose piece missing, orange in color. The rest of that's down in turn number 1.
So I had somebody explain, can you explain how the stock car qualifying is happening as you watch the replay? Going to see the 154 of Evans just step it out, cash in the 4 tickets to the Tilt-A-Whirl, and there he goes. Winners of the heat race are going automatically to the A-Main. Tonight, there are 4 A-Main qualifiers for the Sportmods and the stock cars. Passing points line up everybody else.
Yep.
Then you gain points. Every time you're on the racetrack, you're gaining points. Then we use those points that you gain tonight and tomorrow night for your last chance qualifier lineups for Wednesday.
If you win a qualifying feature, you're locked in.
Yes, and if you win one of the 4 qualifying features tonight, you don't have to race again till Wednesday.
That'd be beautiful. Green flag out, back underway. 1 in, 9 to go. Look at that, Jerry, 3 wide, deep in the field.
Woo! Here comes Big Money Benji. Look at that, the 27 is Sid Mosier. The guys in 3rd and 4th have come from 9th and 10th. Working it on in, got one around Deary there in turn number 3 and 4. Get her moving, bud, get her moving. Jay Schmidt, your leader, Matthias Lux got Sid Mosier working on in. Down there, it's going to be 4 wide. Top of the racetrack, the 1B of Brandon Hood out of McGregor, Texas. The Tejas racer into the number 5 spot. 4th is Lacrosse. 3rd is Lux. 2nd is Mosier from 9th. And Jay Schmidt, your leader.
We saw a 9-1 earlier tonight. We've got a 9-2 going on right now for Sid Mosier. Jay Schmidt, a 1.2 second advantage in front of him. Lux goes down to the inside of the speedway, a little tight there at the apex, pushed up a little bit. Here comes the 54 of Benji Lacrosse back to his outside, bringing with him Brandon Hood.
They'll hurry off at turn number 4. 3rd on back is up for grabs. Benji Lacrosse to the number 3 spot. Brandon Hood to the outside of the 4. 5 will be Lux and Fisher is 6. Great 4-car battle for 3, 4, 5, and 6. Down the back straightaway, they'll race him. 3 wide once again. Brandon Hood gonna dust this top shelf where Daddy hides the good stuff. Following the 54 of Big Money Benji.
Jason Fisher really working the bottom side of that speedway, keeping the tires under him right next to the inside tires. Look at this. That 14 car of Jason Fisher is making up some wholesale ground here late in this heat race on the inside line. He's found something, may have ticked that tire just a little bit.
Ooh, you gotta be careful. I mean, you can tickle the tires, but don't make them giggle because it's not gonna be a fun laughing matter as they work them off a 2 and out of back straightaway. Here comes Benji Lacrosse down through the slick, got a big run, battle for 2nd. Fisher on the bottom, Lacrosse the middle, in the meat and the sandwich. Lacrosse, I think, right front tire cut down, look out. Lacrosse got her in there too hard, made contact with Mosier, knocked the right front down and collected Tim Warner, and the caution flag is out.
Right front down for Benji Lacrosse as he makes the turn right here in front of us to head back to the pit area. That was some serious contact. You see the damage for Brandon Hood's hood.
Brandon's Hood's hood, and then he's got a left rear down on the 1B. So he'll be going pit side. Tim Warner down there, the 04W. At Fond du Lac, or Monroe, Wisconsin. Get a look and see what happens here. 3 wide action. Right there, the contact, and you see the 54 just go to the right a little bit. The right front tire got cut down when the contact was made. Gotta be easy. Ooh, and then Brandon Hood says, dude, what are you doing up here? I just was going to hang by myself. And Mr. 10 millimeter goes, well, it's not a show car anymore.
Benji Lacrosse did a great job to not slide up and get into Sid Mosier on the top side of the speedway when that tire cut down. Jay Schmidt out front had a 2.7 second lead. Jason Fisher's been working that bottom line of the speedway to perfection. We'll see if he has something for Schmidt on this restart. 3 laps remaining, back to the green. Here we go.
Jay Schmidt will let her hang out there wide. Sid Mosier's going to get her on down into the bottom of the racetrack. Mosier goes downstairs. Jay Schmidt to the top. Mosier going to let it ride up there, trying to make something happen. Nothing to be had. Jason Fisher out of Lakefield, Minnesota, working the number 3 spot. They work him off at turn number 4. Jay Schmidt, your race leader. 2 to go.
Schmidt staying married to the cushion on the top of the speedway. Mosier letting the car slide up at the apex, and Fisher on the very bottom side of the speedway. Gets so close at the corner exits. They'll go back to turn number 3. Schmidt with the advantage over Mosier and Fisher. Fisher all the way on the bottom once again, side by side momentarily as they work to the white flag final time around.
They'll work this Farmer Savings and Bank of Fostoria final lap down into turn number 1 and 2. Sid Mosier, not sure if he's having trouble keeping it on the bottom or he's meaning for it to slide across and try to come to Jay Schmidt. But they'll work him down into turn 3 and 4. Big iron checkered for Jay Schmidt. Sid Mosier, Jason Fisher, and Matthias Lux, your top 4.
1X of Caden Carter from Oskaloosa, Iowa. Inside row 2, Dallin Murdy out of Chelsea to his outside in the 99X.
Sanborn, Iowa's 5B of Stefan Siebesma, and Malvern, Iowa's 99 of Jesse Sobbing make up row 3.
Row 4, 21 CZ Cole Zarnetsky out of Denmark, Wisconsin. Troy Jarovitz in the 01 from Iowa Falls.
Final 2 start is going to be Damon Murdy out of Chelsea, Iowa, the 99D, and Cody Gustav from Scranton in the 10th starting spot. We're green flag. Sean will hurry him down into turn number 1 and 2. Paul's Rock, look out. Stefan Siebesma going roundy round. Ooh. Not the you spin me right round, baby right round he was looking for. We'll see if he can keep that record going. He does. It'll be the game changer. Your leader, Dallin Murdy.
Got the 1X of Caden Carter close in tow. Carter goes to the bottom side of the speedway. Rogotsky way up top. Here comes Sobbing with a run off of turn number 2. Move the crazy 99 into the 4th spot as they race back to turn number 3. Sobbing dives to the inside of the speedway. Rogotsky all the way up top, and things getting close up front.
Down the front straightaway, it's going to be Murdy, followed by Carter, Rogotsky, then the 99 of Sobbing, and Cole Sarnitsky right back there in the number 5 spot. Field working down the back straightaway, 99, Exum Murdy, your leader, into turn number 3.
Good look there on the Advantage Racing TV camera as the 99 of Sobbing goes to the bottom. Rogotsky up top, right in front of the 21 CZ of Zarnetsky. Speed cam shot down the front straightaway. Saw the 99X of Dallin Murdy with an 0.8 of a second advantage. Sobbing slides up, nearly gets into Rogotsky. Things got close in turn number 2. That's the race for 3rd. Back to turn number 3. Zarnetsky right behind that 2-car duo for positions 3, 4, and 5.
So down the front straightaway we go. It is still Murdy, but look at here comes Sobbing. Crazy 99s to the inside of the General Jet. That is the Triple X machine of Rogotsky. Sorry about that. As they work off at turn number 4 and down the front straightaway.
Dallin Murdy, Caden Carter, 1-2, 1.2 seconds separate those front runners. And then it's another 1.6 seconds back to Rogotsky. Sobbing, Zarnetsky remains the top 5 in front of Jarovich, Palsrock, Damon Murdy, Gustav and Siebesma. They'll make their way off of turn number 4. Dallin Murdy continues to show the way.
Murdy out front, followed by Carter, Rogatsky, Sobing, Sarninsky. That is back to 4. Now you see back there Paulsrock and Paul Murdy. That's Damon Murdy, the 99, the old Chelsea Charger. Going to slide it on up a spot as they race him on down this time. Going to be looking at 3 to go for Dallin Murdy.
Continuing to show the way, right at 1.2 second. Here's Rogatsky and Sobing once again. Rogatsky up top, Sobing right through the middle. Just enough room for Rogatsky to get back around the outside as they exited the second turn. Back to turn number 3. Sobing will follow Rogatsky as you saw that car pick up the traction as it got to the cushion. Green high in the air, 2 laps to go. And Caden Carter closed in a half second that lap on Dallin Murdy out front.
Down the back straightaway, Murdy and Carter 1 and 2. Right now, Caden Carter faster on the clock. White flag comes out. Battle for the lead. Could she come down to the Farmer Savings and Bank Fostoria final lap? Oh, Sobing gets around Rogatsky off of turn number 4 as he bobbles. Now Caden Carter's a-looking. On down the back straightaway to turn number 3 and 4. It'll be the 99X machine. Now here we go. White Castles is going to be served on up. Off of turn number 4. Given to Dallin Murdy, followed by Caden Carter, Jesse Sobing, Cole Sarninsky, and the Triple S of Rogatsky. Run number 3, it's going to be Wahoo! Mike Albertson out of Audubon, Iowa, and from Martell, Iowa, the 20V is Dustin Viss.
Easy, Elijah Zievenbergen from Ocheyedan in the 66Z inside the 4th row, starting 8th. Tom Hagedorn from Spencer in the 1H.
Final 2 starters going to be Trevor Holm out of Slayton, Minnesota, the 17H, and from Independence, Iowa, the veteran Tom Schmidt in the 18. Sean, he raced number 8. Here we go.
10 laps, passing and finishing points. It's what it's all about. Here we go. Bodison on that top line. Trying to get it to the cushion, but the inside line had all the speed down there. Here comes Jake Masters, the 11, coming after Lance Borgman in the 76. That's the top 2. Borgman leads as they get to that 3rd turn. Masters follows him right to the cushion, and they're all over the racetrack right behind him.
Down the front straightaway, Borgman out front, looking at the 11 of Jake Masters. Masters on up into the number 2 spot, but here comes Wahoo! Mike Albertson last Tuesday popped a motor in the feature. Center back got Sam on the plan, and he's got that Z3 hooked up and hauling. Mama Wahoo says, just drive that. You know what car is. It is down on the bottom. Wahoo looking for the lead.
Right next to the tires, right there at the apex, turns it off of turn number 2. The 76 of Borgman trying to hang with them. They'll go even into turn number 3. Wahoo on the bottom, Borgman on the top. Off of turn number 4, who will it be when we get back to the scoring stripe? It's the Z3 of Mike Albertson leading that time.
Old Chief Wahoo on up front. Borgman up on the outside. Masters and Timmy Rupp, Elijah Zievenbergen back to the top 5. Field of work off into turn number 3 and 4, and down the front straightaway. It's going to be Albertson still there, your race leader. Borgman to the number 2 spot. Borgman now with a run back to the outside. Now you see it. Masters and Rupp have come to the bottom side. Going to work for the 2 and 3 spots.
Zievenbergen's got a big run down the back straightaway. He went all the way up top. He'll pull to the outside of the 33 of Rupp, looking for 4th as they equally splits the top and bottom lines throughout the field through turns 3 and 4. Here comes Borgman trying to mount a run once again at Albertson. Can't get there. Masters working the bottom. Zievenbergen 3 wheels it off of turn 2.
Down the chute they'll go. Borgman back to the top of the racetrack. Albertson on the bottom. They're side by side and door to door for the race lead off of turn number 4 this time. Going to be 6 laps down, 4 remaining. Borgman up there. It's a long way to go, Sean, all the way around the top of this 3/8 mile speed plant. And Borgman trying to keep her at bay, but man, Albertson is so technical. Round the tires on the bottom.
Long way to go and a short time to get there because we'll come to 3 laps to go on this heat race. The quickest car on the speedway right now might be Elijah Zevenbergen. The 66Z has entered the mix in the top 3. Zevenbergen on the bottom, coming after Borgman for position number 2. Zevenbergen all the way up top. We'll make our way off of turn number 4. Tip of the green, 2 to go.
2 circuits remaining. Here comes Easy. Zevenbergen down on the bottom right there. Easy to the number 2 spot that last time. Well, he didn't quite have it. Borgman got it. They'll work down into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be the 76 machine of Sir Lance up on the outside. Down the front straightaway. Farmer Savings Bank of Astoria. Final lap is coming, Sean. She's on like Donkey Kong.
The seas just parted. Can Elijah Zevenbergen work the cushion and come forward? Here comes Borgman through the middle. Zevenbergen's got all the momentum down the back straightaway. He'll change lines, goes to the bottom. Jake Masters works to his inside. A 5-pack of cars working to the big iron checkered flag. Who's it going to be at the line? Borgman gets, oh, maybe not.
Borgman by 4/10 of a, well, hang on. We'll
maybe
have
not.
to check because Albertson didn't click the transponder. We'll check here with Colton next door. Wahoo! Picking up the win. We'll take a look at him. Watch his final lap for you folks watching on Advantage and IMCA TV. Albertson, it's going to be close at the stripe. Got him by the mere matter of inches. Heat race number 9 coming. Going to be the 50F Kyle Frederick out of Oconto Falls, Wisconsin. And the 50F 21D Dan Drury out of Eldora, Iowa.
11W Tim Watts, Beloit, Kansas. Gage Noyes out of Sibley, Iowa, 22N.
Going to Jeff Mueller out of Boone in the 77M, and Brian Shebold out of Sioux City, the 4A.
Chad Tenaples, Sioux City. Cleo Adams out of Eden, Oklahoma in the 9X.
Austin Miners, Polk City, Iowa, the 8M, and Jordan Grabowski, Beatrice, Nebraska, the 30G. Down the back straightaway, it's going to be Kyle Frederick out of Oconto Falls, Wisconsin, your leader. They'll work him on down into turn number 3 and 4. Drury way out high. They fan him out 4 wide down the front straightaway. Watts is there. Drury on the outside. Look at this, Sean. What a great shot from overhead. Grabowski in the 30s on the move.
Gage Noyes making a big move. Darren Noyes used to race in my neck of the hoods. Got myself mixed up there. Have I told you I love IMCA stock cars? Look at this 5 wide.
Oh, Doctor! You know what I say, Sean? It's just stock cars doing stock car things.
That's right.
Look at him off of turn number 2 and out of back straightaway. Drury going to rip the lip. Now Jeff Mueller on the bottom, battle for second. It'll be Mueller and Watts downstairs. Drury on the outside. Miners and Grabowski round the outside. Work him down. Still Kyle Frederick out of Wisconsin. You're racing.
Frederick looks good out front, but there is some moving and shaking going on behind him. Here comes Mueller to the bottom. The 77 makes his own line right next to the tires. He's got the 2nd spot. Tim Watts will have to go back to 3rd, or does he? Here comes the 21D of Drury working that high line. And don't forget about Grabowski, started in the 10th position right there on the edge of the top 5.
So they'll hurry and scurry off with 2 and out of back straightaway. Frederick, now Mueller and Watts. Drury's got some drive around the outside. The 8M of Austin Miners and the 30 of Jordan Grabowski. O'Grabo back there in the number 30 car. Bring him off at turn number 4. They chase that driver out of the Dairyland. The cheesehead on out front. That is Kyle Frederick out of Oconto Falls. Look at Grabowski, though, coming.
From 10th, looking for 3rd as he works with Tim Watts as they go to turn number 3. And Grabowski may not be done there. He's got nobody else running that high line. 10th to 3rd, and he still has 5 laps remaining.
So they'll hurry on down to turn number 1 and 2. It will be 77 Emma Jeff Mueller now has come to the inside of Kyle Frederick. He's got him muscled up off the bottom. Mueller gonna work a little peanut butter jelly time down around the bottom side. Jeff Mueller to the lead.
But how long does he hold it? Here's Jordan Grabowski Lone Ranger in the top 4, working the high side of the speedway. Big run off of turn number 2. Mueller on the inside. Grabowski up top. He's got a nose in front of him from the final starting spot to the race lead. Question mark? Here's the answer at the stripe. It's yes.
Jeff Mueller around the outside, or Jeff Mueller seeing Grabowski go around the outside. Grabowski just said, Mueller, Mueller, Mueller. Nothing to be had. There was no reply back as he is down there on the bottom, but now going to charge it on back. Green high, 2 to go. Grabowski this time with a 0.3 of a second advantage. Put 2 tenths on in that last lap.
We had a 9-1 run in the Sport Modified. Sportmods now a 10-1 run. I got slapped right there. Oh, I just got penalized.
Nails, that's chalkboard.
Yeah, that's a $10 fine, I think. Here's Grayboat to the white flag one more time around.
Grabowski followed by Mueller. Then it is Kyle Frederick, your early race leader. 10-1 run. There's your baddest and biggest points gained of the night. It'll be into turn number 3 and 4 down to the big iron checkered flag. Sell him. Biggest bid of the night so far. The 30 of Grabowski, followed by Jeff Mueller, Kyle Frederick, and Tim Watts. So heat race number 9 is done. Heat race number 10, just to give everybody a schedule update, we're going to run all the stock car heat races, run all the modified heat races, and then we will go to a C&B track prep session. Heat 10, Eric Mollick, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Former player for the Wisconsin Badgers in the 9, and Colby Fett from Algona, the 00.
Zach Vanderbeek out of New Sharon, Iowa, the 33Z5M of Zach Madrid out of Phoenix.
Going to see Daniel Ekblad, St. Peter, Minnesota, the 18X. Chance Hollins, Clear Lake, Iowa, the 6 car.
Dale Nelson in the N1, Buck Shafroth in the 92.
Then we'll see at Little Rock, Arkansas, Hayden Land in the 26 Junior, and Jim Horsch. They're in the 21 car, that throwback car to his win from 25 years ago at the Jackson Nationals. It'll be Eric Mollick right there, your race leader. There you see the 00, Colby Fett. First time in a stock car, picked up his first win right here 2 races ago. Fett upstairs, Eric Mollick. Mollick down the back straightaway. Played on the Rose Bowl winning team for the Badgers.
Very cool. For Fett, it was all that wintertime racing he did with the RC cars.
Ooh, backed one hard into the outside wall. The N1 machine, I believe. That is the N1 of Dan Nelson out of Milan, Tennessee. So we are under a Axaholics caution flag. Is the N1 able to drive away? Did the right thing, just waited there. The only way he was going to get around was have to go backwards down the racetrack. So actually, it looks like he might have got into the barrels back there on the back straightaway. I believe we're going to need a tow truck turn 3. They've already got Billy Bradford and the gang.
That's Billy.
That is.
I know Billy.
Billy Bradford?
Yes. Brad and Jim's Repair in Algona.
Yes.
That's where we race. The High Side RC Speedway I was talking about.
Yeah,
that's Billy's
Billy
place.
Bradford.
That's my buddy Billy in the tow truck.
Yes. Some help of Frankie Yankovic and his Yanks with Roll Out the Barrel, the Beer Barrel Polka.
You could not name a band in 2023 that.
Yanks or
They're 20
Jokovics?
Either.
Up the barrel. Let's turn off the caution lights. They are off, and we are ready to go.
It's 2024, isn't it?
I don't know what it is.
We're on the 20th heat race of the night.
It's 2024. Too politically correct for me most of the days. Working on in Eric Mollick. There you see Zach Vanderbeek out of New Sharon to the top of the racetrack. Chance Hollins coming in that 6 car. Right back there, Zachary Madrid working that Phoenix, Arizona, now Ames, Iowa car into the number 4 spot down the front straightaway.
Mollick looks very good, but Vanderbeek's going to try that high line. Everybody at the front of the field in the last heat race wanted to be up top. That's where Vanderbeek's at in the 33Z, the 00. A Fett right through the middle. And Malik continues to work right down on the bottom side of the speedway. Top 3 cars, 3 different grooves as they come off of turn number 4.
Down the front straightaway, it's going to be Malik, followed there by the 33Z of Vanderbeek. Man, they are moving and shaking. And look at Jim Horsch. Horsch in the 21 car started back there in the 10th spot as he's working that on around as they hurry down the front straightaway. Horsch right now with a 10-7, but look at the battle for the lead.
It's getting tight up there from the front 3 as Vanderbeek left the top, came down, but Fett was there. Fett changes lines. He goes to the very bottom of the speedway. Malik has got a lot of company all around him. He'll woe it down. Gets right next to those tires. Vanderbeek way up top. Fett lets it drift out down the front straightaway. 4 laps to go.
Feel the hustle off to the east end of the racetrack. Eric Malik down there playing the defense on the 33Z and the 00 of Vanderbeek and Fett. Zach Madrid and Buck Shafroth side by side back there. Sean, they bring it out 3 wide down the front straightaway. Phantom Deep selling cheap to turn 1.
Look at this down there. They're all on the bottom half of the speedway and still 3 wide as they enter the corner. Now things settle down just a little bit as they come off of turn number 2. Fett through the middle. Vanderbeek up top. He'll work to the outside of Malik. 3 wide again for the race lead. Fett through the middle. Tip of the green. 2 laps to go. Here comes the 00 of Fett.
Oh boy, you got a pair to the air and they don't care. They said we're going to get this thing done. Colby Fett with a run to the outside. Eric Malik back to the inside. Malik treating this one like it's first and goal in the red zone. Off of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. White's out, 1 to go. Here comes Colby Fett.
Fett leads at the line by just over 1/10 of a second. Malik works the bottom. Vanderbeek all the way up top. Final set of turns coming up as we'll work around to the big iron checkered flag. Fett with the advantage as they go into turn number 3, trying to keep the wheels under him as they come to that big iron checkered. And Fett gets the win. Colby Fett, Eric Malik, Zach Vanderbeek, Buck Shafroth, and Jim Horsch into the top 5.
So Jim with a 10-5 run, and that is going to wrap up qualifying for Sportmods tonight and stock cars. They will move into 4 qualifying feature event. KICD Spencer Radio Group 3 heat races. Going to see Brandon Schmidt out of Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, the 20 on the pole, and Troy Morris, the 3rd. That's TM3 out of Bakersfield, California, driving the Jeff Ike 77X car.
T-Dub, Tim Ward inside 2 in the 14W. Jordan Rogotsky out of Sanborn in the XX.
We'll go to Josh Rogotsky there from Sanborn in the X. Kelly Drury, the 38C out of Eldora.
Chris Abelson, Isaac Malico, Ricky Thornton Jr., the rest of the starters as they make their way down into turn number 1. Little different here on these heat races. 8 laps on the modifieds.
8 laps, 25 cars. I believe everybody's going to the A. The top 4 will redraw. TM3 driving the Ike machine around the top side. Oh my!
Oh, look how close he was to the edge of the speedway. Got the right rear over it over there in turn number 1. That was incredibly close as Tim Ward works the bottom side of the speedway, looking for the race lead. Big pack of cars deeper in the field involving Chris Abelson and Ricky Thornton Jr.
Feel the work on down. T-Dub, your leader. 77 of Troy Morris, the 3rd. That's TM3. Drove her in there. The front end washed out from him that time. Working on down. Benji Lacrosse, he's in heat race number 2. Working on down the front straightaway.
I wonder if that's his sport mod.
No, that's a mod. He's in heat race number 2. Thought he was in this one. Down around the outside, it will be the 4TW Tim Ward. Got one around the bottom of turn number 2. We'll see what happens. They'll hurry off at turn 4 and down the front straightaway. It's Ward, followed by Morris. Brandon Schmidt, the Dunbar.com, number 20.
Josh Rogotsky, Ricky Thornton Jr., the top 5. Thornton from the final starting spot, position 9. Looking for more, coming after Rogotsky. Works to his outside, move to 3 RT, up to the 4th spot. Rogotsky trying to come back after him through the middle. Ricky Thornton up to 4th.
Thornton up to the 4th spot. Now Brandon Schmidt going to get around Troy Morris. Morris just got up over the lip down there, got 4 to the fluff. Well, I think he had 3 to the fluff and 1 off the top as he was hustling that thing. 2 to go for T-Dub.
Tim Ward, a very healthy advantage over the rest of the field as they go by the stripe. It's a 3-second lead here on the final lap for Tim Ward down the back straightaway. He'll make his way all the way to turn 3 as the rest of the field exits turn 2. Ricky Thornton Jr. coming forward to the 3rd spot here in the closing laps. White flag is out one more time around.
Final time here on your Farmers Savings Bank of Astoria. Final lap. It will be Ward followed by Brandon Schmidt. Up around the outside, Ricky Thornton Jr. to the number 3 spot. Field will notate off of turn number 4. Sean Checkard is out. Big iron win to Tim Ward. Second up for grabs. Going to be Brandon Schmidt, followed by Ricky Thornton and the 1X machine of Chris Abelson, your top 4 redraw cars. Row number 3, that is going to be Cody Thompson from Sioux City, Iowa, the 15J, and Kelly Shryock out of Fertile in the 3.
And the final row, Reed Payne out of Idaho Falls, Idaho, in car number 12, the 54 Benji Lacrosse. That's where he belongs. Out of Casco, Wisconsin, outside row 4. 8 laps, heat 2 of the modifieds.
Field looking for the green flag. Matt Stubbe flies it high, and here we go. Tom Berry Jr. going to roll around the top of the racetrack and a diamond it on down. It is going to be Berry and Grabowski, 1 and 2. On down the back straightaway. Grabowski going to look to the inside. White Castles are coming. Going to serve some sliders on up. It'll be Grabowski. Now your race leader. Tom Berry not able to drive back down underneath the hood.
We'll see what they do down here in turn number 1. Grabowski through the middle. TBJ down to the bottom side of the speedway. Bob Moore has a lot of company back there for the 3rd position as well, with Ron Lorentzen closing in on him. Here comes Kelly Shryock through the middle, and the 54 of Benji Lacrosse working the bottom.
The bottom straightaway they'll go. It will be Grabowski followed by Berry. Then it is Bob Moore. Here comes a 54 of Benji Lacrosse. Lacrosse going to work on Uncle Ronnie down the back straightaway. Put Lacrosse to the number 4 spot. Shryock back there in 6 as they work down the front straightaway. It is still your race leader, the 30 of Grabowski.
Tom Berry Jr. trying a diamond cut over in turn number 2. Couldn't get the grip at the exit of that corner to close in on the 30 of Grabowski. Race fans are scurrying around the grandstands right now, J-Van.
Yeah, they're wanting to come up and get a little higher seat with 4 down and 4 to go. Field of work on down the front straightaway. Now off a 2 and out of backside. It will be the 30 machine of Grabowski, your race leader. Grabowski on out front, working on into turn number 3 and 4. Now look at this, Benji Lacrosse coming to the inside of the 48 machine of Bob Moore out of Siouxland.
That's the battle for position number 3 as they'll go back to the first set of turns. Tom Berry Jr. starting to find something in that 11X machine, working through the middle side of the speedway through turns 1 and 2. He has closed back in on Jordan Grabowski. They'll come to the signal for 2 laps to go.
Working on in, the 30 of Grabowski right there is hustling on in. Grabowski, your leader, the 11X machine. Berry. Grabowski working it up there. Now the 54 Lacrosse going to bring that thing on down to the bottom side. Former Savings Bank of Astoria, final lap is underway.
Still out front, it is Grabowski, but here comes the 11X of Tom Berry Jr. One last ditch effort off of turn number 2. We'll have another shot at him here in 3 and 4. Not going to get there. Jordan Grabowski in car number 30 slides up the racetrack and to the big iron checkered flag in the win. TBJ goes second. Close one for 3rd. Bob Moore holds off Benji Lacrosse.
It'll be Braden Allers out of Slayton, Minnesota, the 20 on the pole, and Taylor Cool out of Ames, Iowa, with a 2K to the outside.
1A Brady Joint, Webb, Iowa. 92 Josh Most out of Red Oak in row 2.
Going to row number 3, it'll be Logan Anderson out of Eddyville, Iowa, with a 53, and the 81 from Algona is Charlie Stevens.
23E of Brody Enter out of New Ulm, and the 74 is Zachary Robb out of Antigua, Wisconsin in row 4.
From Colorado Springs, Colorado, it's the 4D of Danny Conselman and Tommy Tanner out of Hinton, Iowa, with a 48, row 5.
Cole Fensky and Dustin White side by side in row 6.
Row number 7 going to be Chase Alves, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, 22. C, the Old Machine, St. Charles, Brian Morris.
Hunter Smith and Justin Savoda in row number 8.
Row number 9, Robbie Roselli, Doug McCullough.
Christopher Frisbee, Jason Roth in 10.
Take a look at the remainder of your lineup. It'll be Brady Harshberg in the 77, the 88 at Tom Latham, Lynn Brock at the 57, Barry Howley, the 3W, Mary Hahn, and Stacy Mills and Sean, 20 laps. Winner only moving to tonight's A. Everybody looking for points as they thunder the back straightaway. It will be Braden Allers coming to lap number 1.
Allers getting the initial lead. We'll bring him off of turn number 4. 1 lap in. 19 laps to go. 4 of these qualifying mains in the Sport Modifieds. As Jerry said, winners locked in to the front area of the championship features. We've got a battle for the lead down the back straightaway and trouble in turn 2.
Got one around to the bottom of turn number 2. That is Danny Conselman out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Just as Josh Most was looking to overtake the lead down the back straightaway, the caution flag coming out.
So as we were explaining, Jerry, it is winner only, guaranteed a spot in the show. So now you're thinking, oh, second place doesn't matter, third place. Yes, every position matters for those points because no matter what part of the show you're going to be in tonight, those passing points and finishing points are going to determine where you line up outside of the qualifier winners.
Exactly. Watching the replay, there was a few folks tuned in, probably at work today right now on Advantage Racing and IMCA TV. Saw a little bit of a miscue of calculation of where to be. And that does look like the 22 of Chase Alves is dropping to the tail. Of course, they do run the fault rule here, so Chase Alves had made contact with Danny Conselman. We'll add all them points up at the end of our Monday makeup, and then we will put our Wednesday lineups together for championship night. Winners in the Sportmods going to be racing for $16,667.67 or something like that, because cut her down to a 2/3 pay, which was advertised. They all knew it when they came to Spencer, and they knew that it could happen. Speaking of happen, Braden Allers has to know that it can happen, that Josh Most can get on up there. Danny Conselman gets hustled up off the back straightaway, but it's still going to be Braden Allers out of Slate, Minnesota, your race leader.
Allers leads Most in the second spot. A very good restart for Taylor Cool. She had dropped back to the 5th position from the outside of row 1. Right now, she's looking for position number 2. Got it down the back straightaway. Taylor Cool, so strong in her heat race here Monday night. Starts second, drops to 5th, back to position number 2.
So right now, Taylor Cool's got her eye on the prize. That is that number 1 spot from Braden Allers. Allers working it right there. Saw him at the Ritz last night, having a good time as they work him on down into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be your race leader, Braden Allers.
Like an axe-throwing machine, he'll lead him back down to turn number 1 in the 20 machine. Here comes Taylor Cool and the 92 of Most. The 1A of Brady Joint makes it a 4-car bid amongst the top 4 cars. Everyone getting bunched up. Track conditions juiced up right now. Here comes Most to the inside. We're going to see some track conditions change very quickly. Maybe position 2 changing right now, Jerry.
Josh Most going to layer deep, sell her cheap, lay a little bit of right side romance to Taylor Cool. On down the back straightaway, Brady Joint to the number 4 spot. The 53, oh, here comes old Herbie. Logan Anderson out of Eddyville, Iowa, has moved on into the number 5 spot. 6 is the Eagle River, Wisconsin racer. That number 73 of Dustin White. Like we said, just because you don't win, you want to try to finish as high as you can. Now Justin Svoboda going to look on Jarrett Franzen.
Deeper in the field, Mary Hahn, tough starting spot, started 25th up to 15th. We'll keep a track of the movers and shakers throughout this feature event. Still with 13 laps to go and a very slim interval up front. Braden Allers, Josh Most separated by a half second with Taylor Cool right there. Cool will take a look to the inside of Most now as they race back off of turn number 4, going by the flag stand, a dirty dozen to go.
So the hustle on down there. It's going to be that 92 machine of Josh Most once again working on Taylor Cool. On down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Cool right there in the number 2 spot, followed by the 92 of Most. But it's still Braden Allers, your race leader.
Braden Allers started his racing career. A lot of laps at the Slatona Speedway. Taylor Cool right there in second. And here comes the old love bug, Logan Anderson, on the move. In the 4th spot, starting to pressure the 92 of Most. Anderson takes a look to the inside, couldn't get there off the 4th turn. Crossed flags at the flag stand. We are halfway, 10 in, 10 to go in qualifying main number 1. Battle for the lead.
They'll hurry off a 2 and out of back straightaway. Sean, it's going to be right there. The 20 of Allers, and he is under attack by the Lady Racer. Now here comes Logan Anderson. Anderson a layer deep to the bottom of Josh Most. Most will take a look now to the outside, put her up there on the cush. It will be Most digging and clawing. Down to the bottom side is at 53. Logan Anderson now to the number 3 spot. And look and here, Logan Anderson may be the quickest car on the field.
Yeah, 19.5 on his last lap, making up some ground here as they all thunder back to turn number 1, starting to see some slick patches appearing on the racing surface. Drivers going to have to either account for that with their driving abilities or have their cars set up for when this track changes in the second half of this feature event. Braden Allers under attack. We've got a race for the lead starting to shape up as they hustle back to turn number 1.
So they'll work him on down. If you're watching on timing and scoring, it's not correct on the screen. Braden Allers is your race leader. Working it on in as they hustle on in there. Best lap right now, Brady Hirschbarger. Working on in, down the back straightaway, into front straightaway. Braden Allers, your race leader, as they hurry on down.
Look how close it is off of turn number 2. Allers, Cool, Anderson all together as they head back over to turn number 3. Here's a side-by-side battle between the 92 of Most, the 73 of Dustin White to his inside. That's the race for 4th off of turn number 4. The 73 of White's got it as they hustle back to 1.
Hurrying on down, it'll be Allers still there. Foul, Logan Anderson. Logan Anderson right there. About 0.2 of a second faster than your race leader, but he's got to get to him, Sean. They'll race him off at turn number 4 and down in front of the Hale Grandstands here in Spencer, Iowa. Off with 2. Now look at this. Josh Most goes around, troubles in turn 2. Josh Most lost the handle of it right in front of Brady Joint, and that is going to bring him to the caution flag.
We were just talking about those slick spots on the racetrack starting to appear, changing from that dark brown color, which is juiced up, very tacky. Now you start to see that little blue hue through the racetrack. That is slick, and that is what these drivers are going to have to account for. The track conditions. It is sunny. It is windy. It is going to change in a hurry.
4th is Dustin White from Eagle River, Wisconsin. We'll get a look and see what happened here. Josh Most is going to get in there pretty tough on Dustin White, give him a little bit of a, hey, how you doing? Hansen, the Dwayne Hansen look-alike car, the old throwback for Brady Joint, is just nowhere to go, and they will 92 will be the cause of the caution. He went in there, made the contact, which they do it off of fault this week during this event. Of course, not only watching with the naked eye, but also took a look at a replay here, and you can see that what had happened up there between the 92 and the 73. Will join us up here on the concourse, and they will draw for starting spots 1 through 4. So just because you win the first qualifier doesn't mean you get the pole. You've got to test your luck at drawing the chips. Is off of turn number 4. 4 circuits remaining, and man, here we go. She's now turned to an afternoon race.
Here we go, a little contact getting into turn number 1. Here comes Anderson working on that bottom side of the speedway. Cool, trying to get it wound up on the high line. They'll follow back into turn number 3 behind Allers. The dust starting to fly. Anderson sideways. Allers is sideways. This is a big mess off of turn 4. No! Almost everybody misses the incident in the 4th turn, Jerry.
Logan Anderson sold her deep and Sally drove her deep and sold her cheap. So we'll see how they call this one out.
I can tell you already, they are sending the 53 of Anderson to the tail. Allers will go back to his lead position.
Yep, the cause of the caution was the contact. For those of you folks on Advantage and IMCA TV right here, you're going to see Logan get in there, head of steam, and then the car just comes back out from underneath of him. You know, he's racing as hard as he can, and just a victim of circumstance was Allers when contact was made.
You almost have to make that move. There's $16,667.67 on the line later.
Winning, you're in. The rest have got a race again later today. But Braden Allers, Slate, Minnesota, your race leader.
Cool selects the inside line for this upcoming restart with 4 laps to go. We're back to green. Qualifying main number 1 from Monday's show hustles back to turn number 1. Braden Allers has led the entire duration, but he's had pressure the entire race, just like now. Taylor Cool right there in car number 2K. And here comes Dustin White, the 73, in the mix as they race off of 4.
Dustin White's going to go to the top shelf, and there is grip up there. Watch him, he'll barrel it down into turn 1 and 2. Dustin White, the Eagle River, Wisconsin racer. Boom, bang, got him. The 73 to the race lead. Allers back to second. Zachary Robb, here comes the Antigua, Wisconsin racer. Hustling it on in. Troubles down in turn number 4. Look out. Yellow is out. 3 cars stacked together here on lap 17. I believe Charlie Stevens, the 81, the back end come out from underneath to him, Sean, and he will collect the 1 of McCullough. Not sure that's 7 car on the infield. I believe that's Harshbarger in the 77. So he will go back into the number 2 position for the 73 car.
Here comes the replay on Advantage Racing TV as we see Stevens send it in there. And right there, just got into that blue stripe. The slick goes around. Hard lick there.
Yeah, here comes Doug McCullough. Nowhere to go in the 1M car. He gets crossed up and cracked up in that.
So, Jerry, we spent a little time in the pit area last night talking with these drivers.
Yeah, we did. Some of it's a little foggy.
Yeah, some of these drivers were talking about, if you're in qualifier 1, do you think there's going to be any passing? What do you think the track's going to do? Well, right now, we just saw the 12th position driver make a bid for the lead, 12th position on the start, Dustin White. So, yes, there's plenty of passing already here in this first one. I'm ready.
I'd be ready for happy hour. Was yesterday.
It's always happy hour by you, isn't it?
Yeah, every hour is happy in my life is what I say. Here we go, looking for the green flag. 3 circuits remaining. Oh, got him stacked up deep in the field. I'm not sure. 53 not coming to life, but look at this. 3 wide off of turn number 2. Allers, your leader. Down the back straightaway, they'll work him into turn number 3 and 4. You see it. The ace in the hole was dropped too quick. You watch that 20 of Braden Allers. He has gone to the top. Taylor Cool to the bottom. Is there something down there? Dustin White struggling in 3rd.
Yeah, Taylor Cool looks very good on the bottom in her heat race, coming from deep in the field up to the lead. She works that bottom off of turn number 4. Braden Allers, Taylor Cool, white flag flies, final lap in qualifier number 1.
It is the Farmer Saving Bank of Astoria final lap. Down the back straightaway, the 20 of Slate, Minnesota's Brandon Allers. On out front, Taylor Cool, Dustin White, 2 and 3. Twin checkers, first qualifier, Braden Allers, Dustin White at the line. Cool, followed by Zachary Robb. Then it will be right behind them. Zachary Robb to 74 goes fourth. Fifth will be Justin Svoboda, Charlie Stevens, Hunter Smith, Robbie Roselli, Brady Joint, and Brody Enter. Going to the top 10.
If you don't think that qualifying feature meant anything, Braden Allers fist pumping all the way through turns 3 and 4.
Oh, I got to go to victory lane.
Oh, hey. So Braden Allers will make his way with that Allers Welding and Fabricating, car number 20, into the Arnold Motor Supply. H&H victory lane. He climbs out of the car. Give him a hand. Braden Allers, your winner of qualifier number 1. Let's go down to J-Van.
Pretty excited. Braden Allers down here. Braden, nice job. 20 laps. You led that thing. They gave the one back to you. That white guy from Wisconsin, he showed you the top, and you knew you had to stay there, didn't you?
Yeah, he sure gifted me with that one. If they wouldn't have brought the lap back, I don't know what I would have done, but I mean, that was definitely faster. I went up there the first corner, and I was like, oh, man. So, but no, it was nice to be able to lead that, and God, I don't know, I'm speechless.
What's it mean being, I mean, you're pretty well local. I mean, Slayton, Minnesota, not too far from here. You race here every night we race. What's it mean to get this thing locked in?
It feels amazing. I mean, starting top 4, I think, in the 25,000 show. I mean, I've never even won a heat race here before Monday, so this is just ridiculous.
There you go. Congratulations, Braden.
Thank you.
How about Braden Allers picking up qualifier number 1, and let's meet and greet qualifier number 2. Once we get done with the Monday show, they are going to do a go to a C&B, implement John Deere track prep session, work the racetrack back, get it ready for the nighttime, and then we'll get into our shows. Look at all those kids just getting out of school.
School's out.
School, just drop them off here. Well, no. Go get their moms and dads first, and then bring them, because mom and dad's got the money.
Come on over. Jerry's free babysitting service. Open now.
Green flag getting ready to come on out of the racetrack. It is up, it's out, and here we go. It's going to be Zach Nitch on the 007 right down there to the race lead into turn number 1. They'll hurry off at 2 and on the back straightaway. Matthew Loaf to the lead. Nitch out of Kansas working second. Cam Reimers in the number 3 spot. They'll work him over there. You see him up on the top. It's going to be the Sway City Outlaw, your leader, lap number 1.
National champion and recent feature winner here at the Clay County Fair Speedway as Matt Loaf. He'll show the way as the field migrates to the top side. They're 4 wide, a little bit deeper down the back straightaway. There's the battle. Carl Brewer right in the middle of that mix. McGuire DeYoung working the bottom side in the 30M, trying to advance forward.
They'll work him on down this battle back here. Brewer, the 13, the 86 of Willie Kirk, and the 30M of McGuire DeYoung. Matt Avila, the 2X car, now into the number 5 spot. They'll work him there. Lance Borgman right behind him. Now Cam Reimers is looking for second. 3-car battle for the runner-up spot. Zach Nitch, the 007. Cam Reimer, the 21. And the 5D, or the 5T of Tyler Narron.
It's all Matt Loaf out front, a 1.7 second lead over the 007 of Nitch. You can bet the rest of the field did not want to see Matt Loaf win this qualifier and have a top 2-row starting spot. Battle for second. Here comes the 21. Cam Reimers digging on the bottom side. Narron's got a run on him as they head back to turn 3.
Oh, Reimers making contact with Narron as they got crossed up down the back straightaway. It's going to be Nitch still there in the number 2 spot. Reimers to 3rd. Then it will be the 5 of Tyler Narron, followed by Matt Avila. Then this battle back there with the 76 of Borgman and the 30 of DeYoung. But man, Matt Loaf with a half-second advantage last time across the stripe. This time he's going to open it up to even bigger as they hurry to turn 1.
Still working that high side is Nitch. Cam Reimers right behind them. We'll dip back a little bit deeper in the field. Avila, DeYoung, Borgman, Brewer all together. Battle for the second spot now in turn number 4. The 007 of Nitch holds on to the position as they go back to the first set of turns.
Cam Reimer took a big shot to the bottom of it. Nothing to be had. Everything going to the top right now. That's where the moisture's at, but I guarantee you, from here on out, they're going to start surging. That one slow down the back straightaway up off the racetrack as they hurry him on down. They work into turn 3 and off of turn number 4. Nitch. Here we go. Cam Reimer's to the bottom. White Castles, are they going to be served? No. He'll just rotate that 21 machine down around the bottom.
Yeah, really trying to stick right next to the tires. Not enough speed, not enough get off of the corner, not enough grip at the exit. As Matt Loft, he sees a lot of lap traffic all over him. 4.6 seconds the advantage for the Sway City Outlaw. He's taking it to him here as we'll work our way around and see cross flags halfway coming here for Matt Loft.
Sending it on down, it is. Pull the ticker, Dugan, pull it. Working it off at turn number 4.
Matt Loft, Nitch, Reimers, Naren in the top 5 positions. As we see the crossed flags, Loaf will work the bottom side of the speedway, getting deep into the field, slides up, couldn't quite get to the cushion. This is going to start to cost Loaf some time. The good news is he's got a significant full straightaway advantage, but what was a 4.5 second advantage is cut down a full second now as the 007 of Zach Nitch not having to deal with the traffic just yet, trying to capitalize on that. He's also pulled away from Naren and Reimers. Reimers in the 3rd position with the slider off of turn 4.
Field to work him on down. It is going to be Tyler Naren in the 5 car. The 5T up around the 21 of Reimers. Working it off at 2 and on the back straightaway. It will be that 5T machine in there into 3rd. 4th is Reimers. But it is way out front. Over a 3-second advantage when a lot of lap cars between him is your race leader, Matt Lowe.
I'm telling you, though, the 007 of Nitch on the move, hustling along, cut it from 4.5 seconds down to 2.5 seconds. He hasn't had to work with the traffic, but his car looks very strong here in the closing portions of this race. Looks like about 7 laps to go for Matt Loft.
So they're working there. It's Matt Loft, your race leader, Zach Nitch, Tyler Naren, Cam Reimers, McGuire DeYoung, Matt Avila, Lance Portman, Carl Brewer, Jared Franzen, and Tyler Inman, your top 10 on the running order. Coming across, taking a look at the scoring pylon this time. We'll have 5 circuits remaining for your race leader, Matt Loaf. Big trouble here. Zach Nitch, I believe, thought the right rear might have got down, but he just got snookered. And that's going to let Naren, Reimers, and McGuire DeYoung gain advantage.
Yeah, Matt Loft had a big moment a lap ago in lap traffic, nearly got caught up and banged the car in turn number 4. He was able to save it somehow. It happened just off camera, but it was a big moment for your race leader. Here we go, battle for the 2nd spot. Here comes the 21 of Cam Reimers, the 5T of Tyler Naren. They'll battle for that spot with lap traffic around him as they go into turn number 3. Here comes McGuire DeYoung into that mix.
McGuire DeYoung now. Oh, Tyler Naren got the outside retaining wall. If it had been dark, she'd have been sparklers and snakes. Here comes Cam Reimers down to the bottom. He's got to pick and roll the lap car. McGuire DeYoung and the 30M is downstairs, trying to make it happen. They work to the top side of turn number 3 and 4. Naren right there, hanging on to the number 2 spot. It'll be Reimers and DeYoung 3 and 4 with 2 to go.
Lap and a half remaining for Matt Loft. Here you see that battle. McGuire right through the middle of the racetrack. 21 of Reimers working the top side of the speedway. They'll both go to the cushion, turn 3. White flag flies for the number 9 of Matt Loft, the Sway City, Iowa driver, well in control on this final lap to the tune of a 4.9 second lead.
Working it on in down the back straightaway. They will go into turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway side, it is twin checkers right there, Matt Loaf. Going to be Tyler Naren to the number 2 spot, and it is the 21 of Reimers, followed by DeYoung, Nitch, Avila, Borgman, Franzen, Inman, and Brewer.
So there's your checkered flag on qualifier number 2 for the Sport Modifieds. A 5.1 second victory for Matt Loft in the number 9. And now Matt Loft climbs out. He's the winner of Qualifier 2.
So your Sportmod Qualifier number 2 winner, Matt Loft. Matt, you just kind of got away from them.
Yeah, the car actually felt pretty good. I kept it a little free because I figured there'd maybe be a little cushion, but well, you wait till later tonight. This track is going to be awesome.
Well, I mean, day racing here, I mean, you never know what. We've never done a lot of day racing here. No. This thing is bad. Bad fast.
Yes, yeah, it's very fast. Motor's starting to get a little warm, so we got to look at that before the feature, but yeah, it's going to be a good show. You're not going to want to miss this on IMCA TV tonight.
There you go. You get to start them first front 2 rows of that 40 lapper. What do you think?
Man, it's all for nothing. We're going to put a good tune on her. I know it's going to be tough. There's so many good drivers here. My wife and everybody helping down in the pits will have her hands full, but we're going to give it our best shot.
There you go. Matt Loaf picking up qualifier number 2 for your Sportmods, and qualifier number 3 is about ready to come out.
4th row, Corey Kimkis out of Appleton, Wisconsin in the 07, flanked by the 811 of Jared Baumeister out of Waseca, Minnesota. Row 5, starting 9th, Trevor Noonan out of Dorchester, Nebraska in the 66, the 12 DX out of Tyler Drosty of Washburn, Iowa in that machine. Row 6, the 7V, Carter Vandenberg from Oskaloosa, and the 22 of Matt Andrews out of Malcolm, Nebraska. Row 7, 17B, Rich Pavlicek, and the 17CA, Cody Burkhart. Row 8, Mitchell Morris in the 18, 9 Junior, Brendan Nordyke out of Holly, Colorado. Row number 9, the 511, Matt Grau in the 00 of Colby Fett, 93 of Hunter Longnecker, 19 XX of Brandon Spanier, 58 of Hunter Poston, Alex Smith, Brandon Munson, Levi Verdorn, and Taylor Hofscheit. Your starting grid, qualifier number 3, 20 times around the Clay County Fair Speedway.
This racetrack is tuned in right now.
It is.
It's gorgeous. Caution lights have gone off, I believe. Yep, they are. Hard to kind of see in the daylight, but the green comes out. Here we go. It's going to be that 52 of Dylan Waldvogel. Waldvogel from the point. No start. I had to wonder on that one. It just did not look real good. So we'll try it again. Get them racked up, stacked up side by side. Front row's got one more shot at it. Waldvogel and Velos. This one, Sean, is picture perfect.
Very good start as the field makes their way down into turn number 1. Waldvogel right down to the tires. Look at Velos dig on the top side. Crosses to the inside. 3 wide down the back straightaway as they head back to turn 3.
How they're working on in there. Man, Logan Velos has got that thing just eaten. It's almost borderline out of control. Waldvogel back to the race lead. Braden Carter gonna go to the bottom there in the 01. Carter will let it slide to the top, grab the cush. They'll work them on down as they hurry off into turn number 3 and 4. Waldvogel, your race leader.
They'll make their way off the 4th turn. Car deeper in the field, went around. We stay green 3 wide for that 2nd spot. Here comes the 01, Braden Carter, Tyler Trosty in that mix. Carter slides up the racetrack. Baumeister coming forward in the 811 as well. He's into the top 5.
They'll hustle on down there. 2 on back is up for grabs. The 01 of Braden Carter right there in 2nd, followed by Logan Velos. That's 777 of Cody Olson. The 81 of Jared Baumeister. Corey Kimkis coming there into the number 07, and that's going to put Tyler Drosty back a spot, but it's still your leader, the 52 of Dylan Waldvogel.
Waldvogel looking real good in this one. A nice lead over the rest of the field as the 01 of Braden Carter. Now starting to get a little bit of bubble of space around him. Here comes Baumeister through the middle. Got a run getting into turn number 3, and he'll turn that into a position gain. Or does he? Here they come back after him off of turn 4.
Yep, just brought a great case of White Castles to the party. Motored it up along Logan Velos. Velos there, you see him working the throttle. More of a throttle jockey right now, just pumping on that, right, making that right front work, trying to keep that left front down. As the 777 of Olson and the 12X machine of Tyler Drosty back there with the 66 and Trevor Noonan and Corey Kimkiss in the 07.
Now hold on, Jerry. I'm going to look really closely. I think I can read the serial number on the drive shaft of Bellows number 43 as he continues to carry the left front sky high through the field. Here's Trevor Noonan, the 66, took the 7th spot on the last lap, getting by Kimkiss and the 07.
So they'll work on down into turn number 3. Waldvogel going to be coming into lap traffic, but Braden Carter right now. Carter is 0.3 of a second faster on the clock. Sean, he is chasing him. The eye chart, the speed chart, not lying. We will be here in a matter of moments. A battle for the lead.
Braden Carter had a little misstep in turn number 4, cost him a little bit of time against Waldvogel. They'll come off of that 4th turn once again as we watch Fellows and Drosty make their way through turns 3 and 4. But I'm telling you, Braden Carter, he's closing in on your race leader. They're both closing in on lap traffic. And once they get to traffic, they won't get to stay against that cushion like they're preferring to right now.
Now, right now, Carter is on about the same speed as your race leader, Dylan Waldvogel. Waldvogel, the driver out of Wisconsin, your race leader last time was 9/10. Carter was able to take 0.2 of a second that time, Sean. The 01, gonna get a run now. You've got a pick and roll lap car. Here comes Waldvogel. He's gonna have to spread, kind of work it back up there, scrub off some speed while he does that. That is going to let the 01 of Braden Carter. Carter is right there now.
Here he comes. Carter caught the traffic at the perfect time, and it allows him to take a shot for the lead, but not enough grip right through the middle of the racetrack. Waldvogel back to the advantage by 5 car lengths as they go back to turn number 3. That is happening about 3/4 of a straightaway in front of 3rd place running Jared Bowmeister. Drosty and Bellows remain in the top 5.
So they'll work him on down there. It is still Waldvogel followed by Carter. Carter now 0.2 of a second slower than Waldvogel. In 3rd is Bowmeister. Then it is Drosty, Bellows, Noonan, Olson, Kimkiss, Carter, Vandenberg, and Rich Pavlicek. That rounds out your top 10 as we work to lap number 13 right now. 7 to go. And Sean, here is where it's going to get good. If this thing stays green for the next 7 laps, Waldvogel's going to be the sitting duck in the 52.
There's a lot of lap traffic just in front of these cars, and they're running on both lines of the racetrack and throwing slide jumps on each other. That's their business. They can do that. They're racing for points. They have to go for every position. They have no idea the leaders are right behind them, and that's going to get things really interesting. Braden Carter was 0.6 of a second behind when they went by the flag stand. On the other side of the speedway, he's closing in.
I will watch it there. Starter Matt Stubbe working the layover flag, letting the lap cars know the leaders are on ya. This right now ain't your race, it ain't your place. You gotta give them the room, hold your line. Waldvogel has to go to the bottom. He got blocked on the outside. Carter had a run. Burkhardt bobbled up there in the 17 car. Down into turn number 3 and 4 will go. It'll be that 52 machine back to the outside. It is Dylan Waldvogel, still your leader with Carter in tow.
I want to watch right here in turn 2. Did Carter find a little bit of a diamond cut move, some moisture through the middle of the track? Didn't try it right there. He'll continue to follow as they work through more traffic. Had a lap car down on the bottom side of the speedway. But some of that moisture that's right down by the tires is getting thrown across the racetrack. There's moisture in the middle of turn number 2 if someone can hit it just right.
If anybody can do it, it can be Carter Caden Carter, the gas man, chasing him down. They'll work him off a 2 and out of back straightaway. Waldvogel, your race leader, followed by Carter. Then it is Jared Bowmeister back there in the number 3 spot. Working off a turn number 4. Big time lap traffic with 2 to go. Waldvogel's got to go to the bottom. He'll see what he can do on down there. He's going to sneak it back up. Now diamond it across. Comes the 01 of Braden Carter, Sean.
That was a big diamond cut, and it gave Carter a run, but he couldn't get alongside your race leader. Waldvogel continues to lead. Green flag high in the air. Now it's replaced by the white. Final lap.
White flag out. Farmers Saving Bank of Astoria. Final circuit underway. Braden Carter gonna try down into turn number 3 and 4. Waldvogel's watching the car in front of him. Carter's watching. 2 cars out. He'll go to the top. They'll come off at turn 4. Waldvogel yellow. Hang on. We got him. Checkers out. Checkers clears out.
Checkered flag over the speedway. And with the checkered flag displayed, that race is official. Brayton Carter, your winner by a 1/10 of a second in the 0-1. Dylan Waldvogel second, Jared Baumeister third, Tyler Drosty fourth, Cody Olson fifth, Logan Velos 3 wheels to the 6th spot, Trevor Noonan 7th, Corey Kimkis 8th in the 0-7, Colby Fett 9th in the 00, and the 7V of Carter Vandenberg completes your top 10. Last corner pass for a ticket to tonight's big show. Equipment off, he's out of the car. How about it, Clay County for Qualifier 3's winner?
Braden Carter picks up qualifier number 3. Speedy, wow, walk us through that last lap.
Yeah, that's why I don't lift till the yellow comes out. There was a car sitting up there, but they didn't say nothing, so you just don't let off the gas. That 52, he did a great job that whole race, getting through lap traffic. I was just doing all I could to stay with him, and if he just would have rode around on the high side, I think he would have had it. I don't think we could have got by him, but he tried to go low in that last corner and took advantage of it.
You're in this deal. Worst you can start's fourth. The best you can start's the pole. What do you think going into 40 laps tonight?
I think we still got our work cut out for us. We're got a good car, but that number 9 car, he's one to beat. So if we can get something for him, I'm just glad to be up here and not have to worry about the rest of the day here.
There you go. How about a put a trans together for Braden Carter?
Darren Ripke out of Lamar's in the 47 inside row 8. Next to him, Blake Andrews out of Esterville, Iowa, the 3B. Row 9, the 1S Steve John Kleinsma from Hospers. Trent Brink out of Bussy, Iowa, the 84B outside. Row 10, Adam Weber and out of Manhattan, Kansas in the 3, the 96 of Nick Zadroik out of Hartford, Wisconsin. Row 11, the 23M, Matt Spees out of Jefferson City, Missouri. Jim Blazina, Blair, Nebraska in the 3J outside row 11. Row 12, Justin Kleinsma, Hospers in the 1S, the 77X of Race Mullen from Pearl City, Illinois. And starting 25th, Chris Van Mill out of Barnesville, Minnesota. 25 cars, 20 times around. Winner to the show. Everyone else racing for those important points to determine lineups later. Caution lights already dark. Sportmod qualifying feature number 4 coming to the start.
Here we go. Number 4 on the racetrack. Mod Heat race coming next. Green flags up. Here we go. On down the front straightaway, Brady Hilmer. Going to lead the field on down into turn number 1 and 2. Hilmer's going to let it slide to the top and grab a hold of something. Devin Peterson right there. Oh, I think right now it's about the time that Brady Hilmer throws a Scotcheroo out the window to give Noel 5D there. Here, buddy, have Scotcheroo. I'm going to lead this one on the top side. Brady Hilmer, your race leader.
Well, remember, you can only have one Scotcheroo. Here comes Devin Peterson to the inside. Right through the middle now as the 14 of Sacco works the cushion, got the momentum, grabs the second spot again. Does he go for the slider? No, he'll stay on the cushion. Sacco works the top and has the momentum as they exit turn number 4. He's got the second spot back.
This one, I believe, is going to come down just like qualifier number 3, Sean. Top right now is dominant, but that's going to happen when everything's been pushed to the top, and that's where the moisture is in daytime racing. Down the back straightaway, it's going to be Hilmer, your race leader. Jake Sacco, defending Super Nationals champion, working the number 2 spot. Devin Peterson in the number 3 spot. Then we will see Colton C., Corey Madden, Tyler Watts, Alec Fett running out your top 6. But man, you get the 4th on back, Sean. They're going to start trying. They know there's a bottom. They know there's a top. They'll try to use it all up.
They have to make something work. They have to gain positions if they want a chance later tonight. We know there are some big dogs starting towards the front of that championship feature event. Every row, every position's going to matter as they go 3 wide into turn number 1. Just saw Fett working the high side of the speedway.
Down the back straightaway, race for the lead. Here comes White Castles. It'll be Jake Sacco throwing a haymaker. To the inside comes Brady Hilmer. Hilmer back on the bottom. Crossover move. Sacco's going to try it once again. Hilmer going to take that long row around the outside. Sacco finding something on the bottom, but just not enough as they race it back down to turn 3 and 4. Sacco one more time with a slider.
Big slider there off of turn number 4, but again, advantage Hilmer as they go by the flag stand. By the way, just a moment ago, saw Corey Madden get off the racetrack, but we've got trouble in turn 4. Madden was running in the top 5, slipped off the racetrack. This may save him right here.
2 cars up there in the outside crash wall. Looks like Alec Fett in the 08 and the 27. Get here to, I'm going to get down to heat rate, or number 4, 27W, I believe, of Williams. Noah Williams, they were back there racing for position. Off of turn number 4, we'll get a look and see. I think there's
Madden getting off the racetrack in turn 2.
Yeah, he just got up a little high. She is a very tricky track to go there. Then you can see, the blue 27 goes around, and Fett nowhere to go. Just says, I'll just park right here, bud.
Well, I think he was Williams was trying to keep it from sliding all the way out. Didn't realize there was a car there till the last moment, so kind of gave up himself to keep the contact from happening there. I think the 5D of Peterson not picking up on the timing and scoring ticker on the top of the screen for those watching at home on Advantage Racing or IMCA.TV. Hey, we welcome the folks watching live on Facebook. Live look in here.
The freebies are here.
Hello.
Hello, freebies. Looking for the green flag. Here we go. Green flag is up. We'll race them on down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be Brady Hilmer sliding her way high. Man, in that time, look out, Brady. Hang on. Junk Dad's car on Friday night. I thought he was going to get his car tonight, but Dad's going to open the door as he'll let him go on around. The 14 of Sacco, the 5 of Peterson. Now here comes Corey Madden in the 2B.
He's going to add that to the ticker of times you've mentioned that here this week. Now, trouble for your leader. Sacco got over the cushion. Here comes Davin Peterson to the race lead. A lot of things happening there in turn number 2. Peterson got tight against the cushion. As we continue on, here comes Madden. That caution saved him. He's now racing for the lead.
Are you sure DP only had one Scotcheroo? Because I think he's got a pocket full of them. The way he's wheeling that 5D machine down the back straightaway. Peterson, Devin Peterson right there, your race leader on the cush. Sacco in tow. Now you see him going to the bottom is Madden and the 1 junior of Reeds. Top 4 coming across that time were Peterson, Sacco, Madden, Hilmer, and Reeds. Top 5. Madden right now, though, he is the quickest car on the racetrack in that 2B.
And working the bottom. Everyone else having trouble with the cushion in turn number 2. Devin Peterson crossed flags. 10 laps in, 10 laps to go in the final qualifier for the Sport Modifieds. Peterson, your leader as he makes his way back down the back straightaway. Sacco in that second spot. Madden continuing to work right down next to the tires, trying to make something happen. What'd I say?
You know what you said.
Did I say it again?
Yeah, hey, the count is now to 5.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, down the back straightaway. Oh, it's okay. Surprised you haven't called them 360 sprints yet. Working on down into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be your race leader, Devin Peterson, the racer right there out of Nebraska. Milford native working it on up there. Oh, he got tight on the cush. That let Sacco come back to the inside. Jake Sacco, watch that 5BD machine get tight on the cush. Down the front straightaway. You've got a new race leader. It's Jake Sacco.
Sacco will lead back down into turn number 1. I think the bottom side has really come in down here through turns 1 and 2. Peterson stays married to that high line, trying to build a run and momentum to come back after Sacco for that race lead. Sacco will try the bottom here in 3, lets it drift up off of 4. Peterson's got some momentum coming back after him as they flash back to turn 1.
Sacco knows he's going to have to protect that middle to high line coming off of turn number 2 and off of turn 4. Not so much off of 2. Look out, we got one around the top of turn number 4 or 2. And that's going to bring the caution flag out. Yellow on the racetrack down there on the east end. Not sure the number on that car. The 29 of Colton C. Getting on around up there.
I think this is an interesting choice here with Devin Peterson taking that high line.
I think Devin Peterson is an interesting choice all the way around, but
he saw Sacco take the lead on the bottom side of turns 1 and 2. He had an opportunity to go there. I don't know if he knows that Corey Madden's been running the bottom as well. He may have given Madden a very nice gift.
We'll watch and see what happens. 6 laps to go. Green flag back out of the restart zone. Corey Madden's going to get a run down on the bottom of the racetrack. They'll work him on down into turn number 1 and 2. Madden's going to get a run. Here comes Brady Hilmer. Hilmer back in the 22 car. Put Peterson back into the number 3 spot. Hilmer now looking for 4th. Ooh, got one of the Kleinsma cars slow around the top, but it's still Jake Sacco, your race leader. Corey Madden out of the number 2 spot.
Madden keeping pace with your race leader now. They both ran just about identical laps, 21-2 to 21-3. They start to pull away from the rest of the field, try to settle it amongst themselves. Madden on the bottom. Sacco goes back to the top shelf off of turn number 4. They'll come by the flag stand. We've got 5 to go.
Handful of laps left in this one. Devin Peterson still married to the top. He's where he's got it set up to run. Now Brady Hilmer, the 22. They started side by side on the front row here in this 4th and final. Rabel Construction, Sportmod Qualifier. As Hilmer once again to the bottom, going to get and see now Devin Peterson says, I'm giving up on the top. Coming down to the bottom, just going to hold my own down here and trying to keep her at bay. It's next time at the starter stand, Sean. The green will be high, and it's 2 to go.
2 to go. I was a little off last time I gave a lap count. That'll teach me to try to count the laps here with all these cars on the racetrack. It is all Jake Sacco now as he's got a 1.7 second advantage. Right now, Devin Peterson back to the top shelf, says they can't gain another spot by following. He's got to try to do something a little bit contrary. That's running the top. Got the 22 junior of Brady Hilmer right behind him. White flag is out final time around here in the final qualifying feature for the Sportmods. It is Sacco. Battle for the 2nd spot here in the final stages. 22 junior Brady Hilmer trying to get the 2nd spot. Final time off of turn number 4. Jake Sacco in the 14. He'll take it to the big iron checkered flags.
Twin checkers out there. Jake Sacco, Corey Madden, Brady Hilmer, Devin Peterson, Joe Reitz, Tyler Watts, Corey Viles, Cole Succo, and Adam Weber, along with Bill Wagner, your top 10.
So there you go, your final qualifying feature this afternoon for the Sport Modifieds, the Rabel Construction Sport Mods at the Big Iron Checkered Flags. Jake Sacco in the 14 gets the win. Again, your top 10, Corey Madden in the 2B, the 22 junior, Brady Hilmer, Devin Peterson in the 5D, and the 1 junior, Joe Reitz, complete the top 5. Tyler Watts, Corey Viles, Jake Succo, Adam Weber, Bill Wagner in the top 10. Adam Weber gained 9 spots in that feature event to finish in the top 10. Jake Sacco pumped up down there in the H&N and Arnold Motor Supply victory lane. He'll climb out. Fans, how about a round of applause? Jake Sacco wins qualifier 4. Jerry Van Sickle heading in there to
Jake
talk to him.
Sacco, last time we were here, put her in victory lane. Sacco. Just saw old DP up there ripping the lip and thought, yeah, there's something. I got to go.
Oh, man, that was a fun racetrack right there. Don't know what to do and try everything. And, yeah, Devin's good, so it worked out good for us, I guess.
Kind of watch you. You searched around a little bit. I know with it being an afternoon track going into tonight's big show, can you learn anything today of what this thing might do later tonight?
Oh, you know this place is going to be slick when it comes to time for the win the money. So, yeah, I tried something there, and it obviously worked, and try to get a little better for later, so.
There you go. Nice job, buddy.
Thank you.
Jake Sacco picking up your 4th and final qualifier here for your Sport Mod.
You're not even going to keep it a secret what we did you?
No. I mean, everybody knows what everybody did yesterday. Took some time off at the lake.
I've learned a lot this week.
What'd you learn?
Rooming with you. Oh, I can't share that with these people.
Oh, most of them probably already know it.
Oh, that's true.
Here we go. Modified heat race number 3. Coming to the green flag, going to be Jake McBurney and Matt Monine working down into turn number 1 and 2. Ethan Broxma down there in the bottom in the 1-1-1, going to the lead. Oh, Brandon Beckendorf, Jace Witt get together as they work down there. You see Monine going to the top of the racetrack trying to make something happen. Broxma on the bottom, your leader.
Broxma right down to the tires, working that inside of the speedway. Bonine trying to make it work on the top. Here comes McBurney on the inside line. Door to door down the back straightaway. As we get a look here at the 26J of Jaden Fuller leading a pack of cars back into the corner off of turn number 4, 2 laps in, and it's all the 111 of Ethan Broxma.
Broxma out front, followed by Monine. Then it's McBurney, Sarnitsky, and the 26 of Jace Witt. Field of work on down the back straightaway to turn number 3 and 4, where it is still your leader on out front, Ethan Broxma.
Yeah, the lead for Broxma right now over Bonine is just 1 second. As the 5 of Beckendorf continues to try to make that high line work. And he's got a bit of a run here coming after Zarnetsky off of turn number 2. The 21 CZ, Cole Zarnetsky, the 5 of Brandon Beckendorf side by side as they make their way off of turn number 4. That's the race for the 4th position. Give it to the 5 of Beckendorf as they head back to the first turn.
Field of work on in, down into turn number 2. Broxma gone. Bonine working the number 2 spot. Here comes Jake McBurney down on the bottom. Going to let it slide up in front of the 141. Crossover coming down the front straightaway. Bonine back to the number 2 spot.
Bonine got a little over the cushion in turn number 2, allowed the 82 of McBurney to close in. He'll lose that position now. McBurney in the 2nd spot as the 141 of Bonine slips back to 3rd, slips all the way up the racetrack, catches the cushion. Here comes Beckendorf trying to dig on the inside.
They'll hurry on down into turn number 1 and 2. Beckendorf down there on the bottom side of Cole Sarnitsky. Sarnitsky going to work it on in there as they hurry on down the back straightaway. Into turn 3, it is Broxma, McBurney, white flag out, 1 to go. Bonine, Sarnitsky, Beckendorf. Then you see the 88 of Crafton and Jaden Fuller.
Half a lap to go for Ethan Broxma in the triple ones. Right on the bottom side of the speedway, lets it drift off of turn number 4 to the big iron checkered flag. Your winner of Modified Heat 3 is Ethan Broxma. McBurney crossing 2nd, 3-car battle for the 3rd spot at the line. Zarnetsky nips Bonine by 33 thousandths of a second, and Beckendorf completes the top 5. So Ethan Broxma picks up the win of Heat Race number 3 for the Modifieds.
Jim.
I'm listening.
Jim. Good drivers meeting today. That was like the 2nd longest one that Brett ever had at Super Nationals. Good drivers meeting today. You had big shoes to follow with Mike.
I was at the wildest drivers pit meeting of my life a couple weeks ago up far north and west here. I cannot tell you any of the stories right now of that drivers meeting, but I time traveled back to 1968 in that drivers meeting. It was amazing.
Did you hear a lot of one four-letter word a lot?
Yeah. I lost count at 74, I think.
Darn. That was the word he's used a lot, didn't he? Darn this and darn that and darn you and darn me and
darn tootin'.
It's rootin' tootin'.
Yeah. Same story for these stock cars as we had earlier in the Sportmods. Winner goes to the front 2 rows of tonight's championship feature for this division.
Getting ready to come to the green flag. Wahoo and Billy Crimmins on the front row. It's up. Here we go. 20 laps the distance. They'll race them on down into turn number 1 and 2. Wahoo going to keep her ducked to the tires. Billy Crimmins going to the top. Matthew Loaf right there. They'll hustle him off at 2 and out of back straightaway. Oh, hang on. Everybody a little crossed up. getting into turn number 3.
Look at the 7L of Larson make the bottom work. Here comes Dilly. Thornton on the bottom making a move in the 38. Matt Loaf stuck right in the middle. Just got the front nose ripped off of him. Contact in turn 1.
Hang on, the 7 of Larson come down, made a wholesale lane change on the nose of the 38T, I believe, and then around, and Eric Malik nowhere to go. Yeah, he got, we'll keep an eye on here. Well, for those of you watching Home and Advantage and IMCA TV, you watching a little live here. So we'll watch the 7 car of Larson. He is going to make a big wholesale lane change right there across Loaf and then into Dylan Thornton and then into the tires. So the 7 of Larson will be penalized for the caution. The 9 will retain his position. Like we said, it is on the fault. So if they can determine who the fault is on, that is who gets charged with the yellow. 7 of Larson charged with the yellow, and he has pulled it to the pit area and out of this one. Jesse Sobbing, Malvern, Iowa. Then it's Dylan Thornton. Matt Loaf was there, but now Nick Bakarma. Believe Bakarma also out of this one. So some guys dropping out early on this one. Bakarma's out. Jeffrey Larson back onto the racetrack. I guarantee you, keep an eye on that 7 car. He'll have the fire in his eyes and the ants in his pants. He's going to be in a hurry to get to the front. Bill Crimmins going to be captain of the ship. Going to look to the restart zone down here in turn number 3 and 4. Everybody's got to stay behind him. It's his race to set. Here we go. Green's up. Lap number 1 down, 19 remaining, Sean.
Smart move there. Crimmins had the car completely straight before he brought it up to speed. Here comes Sobbing through the middle, nearly 3 wide. Wahoo digging on the bottom, and he's got the lead. Sobbing to his outside. Here comes Dilly. Dilly working to the bottom.
Oh, Jesse Sobbing had a run on the outside. He got into 2. Dilly to the race lead. Dylan Thornton, now Wahoo drives back underneath of him. Albertson and Thornton right there side by side down to the east of the racetrack. Oh boy, Eric Malik, he was 7th on the restart, Sean. The Green Bay, Wisconsin racer looking for the lead. Look at Thornton coming.
Stock cars doing what? Stock car things. Here comes Malik on the bottom, 3 wide for the lead as they go back down into turn number 1. Thornton through the middle, gonna slide it up to the cush. Wahoo does the opposite, dives to the bottom. Malik will lead them both down the backstretch.
Bakarma got up off the racetrack down there in turn number 2, lost a handful of spots. Dylan Thornton up there, gonna rock and roll the top side. Dylan Thornton, your race leader. Malik, Albertson, look at Tim Ward, the 19 TW, an 11-4 run. Dylan Thornton back on the inside, working there. Eric Malik and Mike Albertson, your top 3. Ward, Miners, Tathan, Burkhart. And then it's Miners. Look at the 30C of Abe Holes. He is working his way through the field on this one also.
Dylan Thornton's lead grows up a little bit now to 0.6 of a second over Malik and Albertson. Here comes Tim Ward, as Jerry just mentioned, started 11th, looking for another spot as you saw Sobbing work the very tippy top of the racetrack.
They'll hustle off at turn number 4. Tim Ward going to the top side, looking to make her 3 deep. Can he do it? They'll get her on down there. It's going to be Albertson in the bottom. The middle is the 9 machine. Look out, red flag. We got one hard. Upside down on the front straightaway. We are red flag. 1 car upside down hard on the front straightaway. And now we'll be set to go to green flag. 14 to go. 14 laps remaining on this one. Come to the restart zone. Dylan Thornton going to be the captain of the ship. Going to walk the dinosaur off of turn number 4. He'll bring him on down. We're back to racing.
Malik went right to the top. Now he'll go to the top side through the middle. Thornton all the way up top. Wahoo on the bottom. And it's still Thornton with that lead as they make their way off of the corner. Here comes Tim Ward into the mix again. The 19 TW trouble.
Back straightaway. 3 cars hard into each other down the backside of the racetrack. Jason Breeze back there in the 21 car along with the 53 of Justin Thornton. They got together back there.
I have not seen many people multiple times in concerts. I'm just not that kind of person, but I have seen Lionel Richie, I think, 3 times.
I've seen Jimmy Buffett like 5. I don't get to see him anymore, though. You know what I do get to see? 7 more laps to stock car qualifier number 1. Here we go. On down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be that 38 team machine of Dylan Thornton right there around the top. Wahoo on the bottom. It's going to be Mike Albertson down on the bottom of the racetrack. Dylan Thornton to the top of the speedway. Feel the work off of turn number 4, down the front straightaway this time. Lap number next with 6 to go.
And Wahoo leads at the line. Albertson back to the race lead as they go back to turn number 1. Albertson's been good through 1 and 2. Hasn't quite been able to clear Dylan Thornton until right now. Here comes Malik back on the inside. Tim Ward working on the right through the middle. Thornton all the way out next to the concrete as they come off of 4.
They'll run them on down. It is Albertson, your leader. The 38T machine of Dylan Thornton, followed by now Eric Malik in the 9 and 3rd. Tim Ward is 4th. Abe Holes right there, a 21-5 run. Zach Madrid down there in the bottom of the 5 car. They'll work him on down. Look out, got a couple of them around on the back straightaway. Yellow is out. That'll be Justin Thornton's 2nd yellow, I believe. So he'll be done for this one. I believe him and Greg Elliott getting together back there. Mike Albertson. What would Wahoo say in victory lane, Jim?
Albertson's looked good on the bottom, but just wasn't quite able to clear Thornton there for several attempts, and then finally got him here a couple laps ago.
Well, we'll see what happens on this one. 10 down, 10 to go. We're halfway home in this one. Albertson will bring him down and around. Green's up. Here we go. Albertson will lead him on down into turn number 1. It's going to be Thornton on the bottom. Eric Malik to the top. Off of 2, down the back straightaway. That 3 machine of Wahoo. Look at Abe Holes. He's not done. Here comes the Dirty 30. Watch them. They're 2 and 3 wide. 2 rows deep. Thornton back to the outside.
Incredible action once again in this stock car qualifier. Number 1, Albertson brings us to the bottom down in turn number 1. Thornton goes down there as well. Tim Ward, great drive off of turn number 2. Gets that spot back from Abe Holes. Back down into turn number 3. That's where Thornton throws it to the top side of the speedway, but it's still Mike Albertson out front. Wahoo will lead another lap. And remember, Jerry, you can't spell Wahoo without A and W.
Yes, you can. Off of turn number 4. Yeah, but it was closed. The A&W was closed last night. I really wanted a root beer freeze, by the way. I'm not sure why I was craving a lot of snacks last night. As they work them down to the bottom of turn number 1 and 2, now to the bottom of 3 and 4. It's going to be Mike Albertson, your race leader. Dylan Thornton, Tim Ward, 1, 2, and 3. Abe Holes, 21-3 run. Sobbing way up there around the top, going to try to make something happen. They'll work to the bottom of turn number 3 and 4. It's still Albertson, your race leader this time, with 6 to go.
Albertson continues to be patient right there by the inside of the racetrack, keeping the tires locked underneath him as you get a great view there from the drone. And now a good look. Oh, trouble turn 2. Couple cars stacked up over there. Couple spinning around in the dust.
Yeah.
And we'll get the lap in. And the caution flag will fly.
Yellow is out. That's the other great thing with the receivers. You can let things happen a lot longer, and then you can tell the drivers when the yellow comes out and they'll slow up and avoid those cars of Tenaple and Noyes down there in the bottom of turn number 2.
Should be watching that as you're heading to your car after work here. If you got off 4:30. Heading to the Clay County Fair Speedway. They'll rumble into 3. Pace picking up. We're coming back to the restart with 5 to go.
Work them on down. It'll be Mike Albertson right there, your race leader. Here is that 38T of Thornton. Look at this. They're going to fan him out 5 wide down there. Now back to single file up front. Abe Holes with a big run. Watch the dirty 30. Abe Holes out of Carthage, Illinois, down there in the black 30C. Has come from 21st to 3rd now.
And he's right there in the mix. If things go right for him here in the final 4 laps, he could go from 21st to locked into the show later tonight. Can he do it? That's the question. 3.5 laps to go. Thornton to the top. Ward to the top. Wahoo works the bottom and continues to lead. It's Mike Albertson with 3 laps to go.
Albertson right there along with Thornton on the bottom. Great shot as they work into turn 2 and down the back straightaway here at the Clay County Fair Speedway. Albertson up there, your race leader. Now Tim Ward going to the top, seeing if he can find something. 2 to go this time. Green's hot in the air.
Saw Tim Ward take a look to the top line down in turn number 1. Thornton opened up his entry to turn number 1 a little bit there, trying to build a run, come after Albertson for that race lead. Didn't pay off that time and may have gotten the right side tires off the racetrack on the backstretch. Don't worry about that. He'll full send, tags the top wall, did Dylan Thornton. They'll come to the white flag, final time around in our first of 4 stock car qualifying features. Abe Holes continues to run 3rd. Ward to his outside, and here comes Tom Schmidt in the top 5. Schmidt looking for 4th as we head to the final set of turns. Albertson on the bottom. Dylan Thornton works the top one last time to the big iron checkered.
Wahoo! Mike Albertson with the win. Dylan Thornton going to go to the number 2 spot. Then we will see Abe Holes, Tim Ward, Tom Schmidt, Devin Tripp, Austin Miner, Stefan Siebesma, Scott Rice, and Nick McCarma, your top 10.
As he collects his breath, collects his thoughts, climbs out of the car. How about it for Wahoo, Mike Albertson?
Wahoo!
Holy
Holy cow, Wahoo!
I've never won a feature in Spencer, but I sure picked a good night to win one.
Man, and you had to work your you-know-what off on that deal.
Yeah, I was a little pissed off and the deal went home, back at home right now, so I'm running on 200% adrenaline right now.
Tell you, we watched this deal. I know, talking about back home, down around your area, they got hit. I know Todd Van Eaton and Buck Shafroth had to leave. They lost their shop, and a lot of people down in your area right now they got hit pretty hard by them tornadoes.
Yeah, I got a lot of friends that race and just a lot of friends I know from that green field area and that, and it's just it's a disaster down there, and they can't come racing today because they're cleaning up their place, and I feel sorry for them, but Mother Nature, she always wins.
She always wins. You know that from farming and stuff. You got a chance to start in 1st or 4th. Where do you want to start tonight? I mean, when you pick that pill out, where do you want to start?
I don't know, because they're all coming for you anyway.
Anybody you want to thank Wahoo?
Nah, not really. I guess if I got to thank somebody, I got to thank Kelly Schreierock for all the help, because for him, that's how this thing gets forward.
There you go. How about it picking up qualifier number 1, Mike Albertson out of Audubon, Iowa. And as you can see, we are going to go to a track prep session, kind of get some moisture work back in here, get this thing stirred up for the stock cars. 1 to go. Going to be the command out of the starter stand. Next time by, going to be looking at the green flag, and 1 to go. 20 laps of distance stock car qualifier number 2 after a C&B Operations John Deere track prep session. Not only do they have tractors, but you can get your Polaris Razors and Rangers and ATVs and snowmobiles and everything there from the gang at C&B. So check them out. Big supporters here at the Clay County Fair and getting us some extra equipment for the week.
We'll rumble into 3, making the way to turn 4, starting stripe, green flag engaged, and we're underway. Qualifier number 2 for the stock cars. It's Shelby Williams making his way down into turn number 1 on that high side of the speedway. Here comes the 20, Brandon Schmidt with the move through the middle, and he'll take the second spot. Schmidt started outside row number 3.
Down into turn number 1, 3 and 4, the Bonham, Texas racer Shelby Williams on out front. Gonna show it on down. Brandon Schmidt, Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, working second. Jeff Mueller, Ricky Thornton. Then you see the 00 Colby Fett, and here comes Jim Horsch. Old horseradish working her back there, but now Jeff Mueller down around the bottom side, gonna get ready to make something happen on Brandon Schmidt. They'll work off at turn number 4.
Still all the 82 of Shelby Williams out front as they go back to turn number 1. Not quite all the way up to where the cushion was earlier. As I say that, the 20 of Brandon Schmidt goes up there, cost him a spot. Jeff Mueller gets by him right through the middle. Ricky Thornton right behind the top 3 as they'll make their way off of turn number 4. Shelby Williams looks strong.
Down the front straightaway, still Williams, followed by that 77M of Jeff Mueller. Mueller right there in the number 2 spot. Pair of 20s put the RT to the outside. That is Ricky Thornton to the top. Brandon Schmidt on the bottom. They'll race wheel to wheel. Down into turn number 2, now into 3, off of 4. Shelby Williams still your leader.
They'll bring us to 16 laps to go here in qualifier number 2 for the stock cars. The lead for Williams is 1.3 seconds over Mueller, Thornton, Schmidt, and Colby Fett remains in the top 5 just in front of Jim Horsch. They'll make their way down into turn number 3, right through the middle of the racetrack. That is the groove that is worked in quickest in this qualifier right after the practice session. As the 20 RT of Thornton works to the inside for just a moment. He'll get back in line as he go to 1. Now here comes Thornton again.
RTJ gonna work to the inside of Jeff Mueller, the 77M. They'll work down to the west end of the racetrack. It'll be Mueller holding off Ricky Thornton Jr. They bring him off at turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Shelby Williams rocking and rolling that Tejas machine. Up front now, RTJ's got to run to the left. He'll work it off there. Brandon Schmidt sees the door come open, rolls to the bottom. It's side by side. Pair of 20s into turn 3.
Thornton's starting to think if he wants to get that qualifying spot to the main, he's got to get going as Williams continues to pull away. So now RTJ trying to work that higher groove in or try to psych Jeff Mueller into changing lines. Mueller goes a little higher that time through 1 and 2. No changes in the top 5 during that lap as Williams continues to lead by 1.8 seconds as we'll come down to a dirty dozen to go.
They'll hurry him on down the front straightaway. That 20 RT of Ricky Thornton Jr. still on the outside of Brandon Schmidt in the 20 car. They'll roll to the bottom side. They work side by side. Colby Fett, Jim Horsch, and Brock Badger right on in behind him. That back there, Badger in that 5B or 50B machine working deep there to the number 7 spot. As they bring him on down to lap number next. Whoa, Jeff Mueller. Oh, man. Tough break. Not sure what happens. He goes to the infield.
Mueller gives up the second spot. Hands it to Ricky Thornton Jr. Jr. now 2.47 seconds behind Shelby Williams last time by at the flag stand. This time by the flag stand, they see the crossed flags. We're halfway, 10 in, 10 to go. The lead at 2.3 seconds. So Thornton just a bit quicker than Williams on that last circuit.
So we'll watch him on down. He might be a little quicker, Shawnee, but he's got a long way to go. And a short time to get there. How long is short? 9 laps to go. Watching the speed chart. Williams with a 20.951. That time Ricky Thornton with a 21.119. So a little tick clicker. We're slower that lap as they work him on down into 3 and 4 lap traffic coming for your leader.
Yeah, it looks like Williams coming up on the 33M of Matthias Lux. Battle a little bit deeper in the field. As we watch here on Advantage Racing TV, Perry Meisner, Bob Daniels part of that mix. And now here's Jim Horsch to the inside of Fett, looking to get into the top, looking to get the 4th spot. There is Horsch in car number 21.
Jim Horsch, the veteran out of Marshall, Minnesota, working it on down there. Of course, that throwback to the car the look of that car is what he raced during, 25 years ago in a race to the win of the Jackson Nationals in the IMCA stock car division. Tonight he looks to roll to the inside of Colby Fett, just hasn't got enough mustard on the hot dog on the bottom side. As they work him off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. That time he got him, put Jim Horsch up into 4th.
He'll go to work now on Brandon Schmidt in the number 20 ride. Schmidt runs 3rd, Horsch 4th, Colby Fett now in position number 5. And we were talking about Ricky Thornton trying to chase down Shelby Williams. The lead has been cut from 2.5 seconds to 1.9 with 5 laps to go.
Handful to go, 4 fingers and a thumb left in this one. Chance Holland's coming up around Ty Hill, but look at this. Here comes Jim Horsch. Horsch ain't done. He'll work her to the bottom side of that number 20 of Brandon Schmidt out of Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. Off of turn number 4 to the caution, yellows out. Josh Daniels around. And that pass that Horsch just made will not hold. So caution on the racetrack. It's going to be Bob Daniels there, 25D. Josh Daniels, 25J, still out there. Man, I tell you what, if I stood on the roof of my car, might have a little bow in it. Shelby Williams, bottom Texas, your race leader. Brandon Schmidt in 3rd. Ricky Thornton there on the bottom of the restart. Gonna roll to the number 2 spot. Field of work down into turn number 3 and 4 to the restart zone. The Emmetsburg collision, green flag back in the air. And here we go.
Another good restart. Shelby Williams leads them through the first set of turns. Here comes Jim Horsch. Not only did he get that pass back as they're 4 wide just behind that, but Horsch looking for the 3rd spot. The 21 machine has it as they race to the 3rd turn.
Oh, Horseradish on the move, working to get up to that prime rib, race for the lead as it is RTJ to the bottom. Ricky Thornton Jr. going to step to the bottom of the racetrack. Shelby Williams up the hill. RTJ, your leader. Now Jim Horsch going to try to do exactly what Ricky Thornton did, and that's get around his buddy Shelby Williams. They'll work on down this time. 3 circuits remaining.
Look at the edge of the top 5. The number 6 of Chance Hollins, just talked about him, started 18th. That's the 9th row on the outside. He's now in the top 5, just in front of the 30 of Travis Barker. So Chance Hollins, a big mover here in qualifier number 2. They'll make their way back to the flag stand. Tip of the green, 2 to go.
Ricky Thornton Jr. on out front, your leader. Multiple-time Division Super Nationals champion. Here comes Jim Horsch. Horsch to the inside. Got 2 kids right there with him. Their ages combined may not add to his 55 years of experience of rotating around the universe as they work him on down. Look out, Matthias Lux, hang on. Got a couple of them around. Excuse me, that is Perry Meisner. They're high up off the racetrack. We're going to bring it on down. Big iron checkers and sell the win to Ricky Thornton Jr. Jim Horsch, Shelby Williams, Brandon Schmidt, Travis Barker, Chance Hollins, Brock Badger, Colby Fett, Luke Lemons, Tim Bandy High, your top 10.
So that'll do it. Qualifier number 2 into the books. Ricky Thornton Jr. coming around to the H&N and Arnold Motor Supply victory lane.
At the Stones Oil Field Service, Twin Rivers, Jordan Grabowski Racing, Weekend Warrior Roofing, Sebasma Graphics. Hot Rod, how about it for RTJ? What's up, Ricky? Nice run. You kind of just laid back there and worked the magic when you needed to, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't know. Shelby's stuff was really good. He could roll through that middle pretty good. I mean, really, without that yellow, I don't think he would have even lost it. So the bottom was coming in, and the top's just starting to get a little bit dirty. But I think this water should help the top a little bit. I think it'll be a pretty good feature here coming up.
Watching that, you guys were sitting in staging. You'd already kind of set up. They said they were going to go to a track prep session. Did you guys change anything on the car?
No, we were one of the few that actually stayed right here in staging. Everyone went back, did a bunch of changes, but we knew it'd be slick either way, even with the track prep. So it worked out for us. I think Jordan starts third in this next one, so hopefully he can get it done too.
There you go. What's it? I mean, you've won some big races, but jumping back in a stock car, having fun with all your friends, it's got to be good to do this thing, doesn't it?
Yeah. My last race I ran in one. It was 2020 at Super National. I flipped it one night and destroyed it the last night. So gotta thank Jordan and everyone there. The crew's been busting their butt. We got 4 cars, so it. Hopefully, at least now it's a little easier. We can just fine-tune it a little bit here for the future here coming tonight. And hopefully we got a really good mod main coming up. And I got to thank all the fans for coming out. It's a pretty good turnout.
There you go. How about it? Picking up qualifier win, Ricky Thornton Jr. It's a stacked-up field of any feature at home on your regular, Wednesday, Tuesday, whatever weekly night of the week, your local track races. But man, the iron has come to Northwest Iowa, and like we said, we're going to do it again next year, June 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. June 1, 2, 3, and 4. Mark it on your calendars right there. Oh, Marty Roxmas said there's a bow in the roof of the freeloader back there. Working off of turn number 4, nice and easy. Green is up, and here we go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy on down into turn number 1 and 2. It'll be Jay Schmidt gonna roll it up to the top side. Kelly Shryock is a masterful magician on the bottom. Jordan Grabowski now up into the number 3 spot. We'll keep an eye on him. Jay Schmidt got way high on the cushion. He'll lose about 5 spots here to lap number 2.
Dustin Larson working the top side, nearly got off in the top of turn number 1. Here's the battle for the lead. Jordan Grabowski, Kelly Shryock, door to door, hub to hub, wheel to wheel as they race back to turn number 3. Grabowski on the bottom, Shryock sliding it all the way to the top side of the speedway. That will hand the lead to Grabowski, and here comes the 1X of Caden Carter into the 2nd spot.
Working on down there, it's going to be Grabowski to the race lead. Caden Carter driving the 1X car. Then it is Shryock. Gage Neal side by side is the 33Z of Vandenberg, and Troy Burkhardt up there in the 25X.
Grabowski will lead it. And here comes Shryock trying to work back to the inside of Caden Carter. That's how they'll race into turn number 3. Shryock drove it deep into that 3rd turn on the very bottom side of the speedway. Carter right through the middle. They'll make their way off of that turn. They're side by side as they come by the flag stand to score that lap.
They'll work them on down into turn number 1 and 2. Daytime racing at its finest right here in Spencer, Iowa. Kelly Shryock in the 1X. That Michael Peterson owned hot rod is got the gas man, Caden Carter, working the top of the racetrack. They bring him on down the front straightaway. Still Grabowski, Shryock, Carter. Then it is Burkhardt in the top 4.
Grabowski's car looking so good right now, J-Van. You got to wonder about the setup between him and Ricky Thornton Jr. As I say that, throw it out. Here comes Kelly Shryock to the bottom side of the speedway. Shryock looks for the lead. Carter goes to the top. It was a 3-car battle. Now it's 2. Put Shryock back to position number 1.
Kelly Shryock, that time by 59 1/1000ths of a second to the race lead. Shryock, like we said, is so masterful on the bottom at this place. They'll work him down into turn number 3 and 4. It'll be Grabowski to the top side with Burkhardt behind him. It'll be Shryock and Carter down to the bottom. Top 4 breaking away. Now into 5th goes the 33X. And look at this, Sean. It's now on like Donkey Kong for 2nd. Here comes Carter.
Caden Carter down there on the bottom of the racetrack. Grabowski gets muscled on up. Here comes the gentle giant, Troy Burkhardt. What a move by the 25X.
That was a big move there for the 25X of Burkhardt. Now, not done. Slide job in turn number 2. Can't make it stick. The 1X of Carter back by him. Here comes Grabowski to the inside. All of this going on is allowing Shryock to start to gap the field just a bit here as we'll come by the flag stand once again.
I'm here to tell you what, Sean, you get about a handful of guys to the top and start cleaning this thing off and get back to that moisture up on the cush, you'd have a whole different monster on your hands. But it's just so tough in daytime racing to make that happen. Everybody wanting to find that nice, smooth, cleaned off ride. As Shryock has got it. The 25X of Burkhardt back on the outside. Caden Carter down around the bottom. Burkhardt, he just lays that thing all the way dang there to Emmitsburg on the top of 1 and 2.
Yeah, he may lose some ground here, but I think if you would do that for a couple of laps and try to get it cleaned off just a little bit, it may come around, just like you were saying, Jerry. Couple cars deeper in the field, starting to do the same thing. You can't just follow with the passing points and the points, finishing points formula here tonight. He'll slide up the racetrack, Grabowski back to his inside, and you talked about the 33Z of Zach Vanderbeek making his way into the top 5. Remember, he started 9th.
So they'll work him on down. Shryock in the 3 rolled from the pole on this one. The 1X of Carter in 2nd. 3rd is Burkhardt. 4th, Grabowski. 5th right there now is the 33 of Vanderbeek, followed by Ware and Gage Neal now going up and trying the top of the racetrack.
Yeah, he and Burkhardt really trying to do the same thing as Burkhardt will go up top again off of turn number 4, doing that right in front of Grabowski. Burkhardt down here in turn number 1 goes in just off that inside line, then lets it drift up until he gets up there to the crumblies on the top side of the speedway and starts to kick the dust up like Luke Bryan says.
So they'll work him off at turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Still that 3 of Kelly Shryock, but man, Troy Burkhardt is not giving up on that top lane to get around the 1X machine of Caden Carter. Down the back straightaway they'll go. Shryock going to be coming up into some lap traffic. Let's take a look at your top 10 running order. 3 of Shryock, followed by the 1X of Carter. 25X of Burkhardt, Grabowski, the 30G and the 33Z. That rounds out your top 5 on the racetrack.
Jeff Ware, 6th. Gage Neal is 7th. Jay Schmidt, 8th. Dustin Larson and Tim Rupp completing the top 10 in this 3rd qualifying feature for the stock cars.
There's a great battle back here on screen. Rick Dix swinging it around up on the top side of the 72 of Heidelbaugh. Heidelbaugh sees Dix up on the outside, hanging right there with him. Says, oh boy, where'd this guy come? Dix says, Wisconsin, keep an eye on me, as he'll get around him back there deep in the field. Dix on top.
They'll continue to work right behind the 5L of Larson. Larson, for reference, is in the 9th spot. Tim Rupp in the 10th spot last time by. They went by the scoring stripe. Starting to see some traffic in front of your race leader, the 3 of Kelly Shryock. He's navigated through a couple of them so far, and he'll have to leave the bottom a bit down in turn number 3. I'll keep an eye on that interval as he works traffic.
Man, this battle back here for position and points. Jonathan Logue sees Dix on top of him, working it down to the outside of that 43 car. They'll work it side by side, 2 to go. That is the battle right now for the number 10 spot. White flag will come out this time down across the starter stand. 1 to go. Your Farmers Savings Bank Fostoria final lap. And your leader is Kelly Shryock.
And his lead is by 1.6 seconds over Caden Carter.
Oh, big trouble in turn 3. 2 cars hard into the outside wall. We immediately go to the yellow. I just happened to look up, and I'm not sure that yellow car, but took a huge, violent hit as fire and safety will make their way to the top of turn number 3. Whew. 2 to go.
anything can happen. I can tell you that from that modified feature Saturday night at Boone. Working off a turn number 4. Green flag is up. We'll barrel him on down. Troy Burkhardt gonna roll to the number 2 spot. He slides it on up. Caden Carter's coming to the 1X.
And a good restart there for Vanderbeek as well. He just took the 4th spot into 33Z, but they're 3 wide for that 5th spot and 4th spot now.
Burkhardt going to the Hailmaker to the outside. Here we go. 3 deep. It is Masters, Grabowski, and Vanderbeek. Now watch this. Here comes Caden Carter. Side by side for 2nd. 3 deep and selling cheap for 3rd. Burkhardt gonna layer in there one last time. Says full send. See if I can win this thing. Nope. Shryock to the win. Burkhardt to 2nd. Then it will be Carter, Vanderbeek, Grabowski, Ware, Larson, Neal, Schmidt, and Robb.
So that puts 3 of our stock car qualifiers into the books here this afternoon. Our 3rd driver to qualify for the big show tonight in the stock cars is Kelly Shryock. Troy Burkhardt, everything. He did everything he could in those closing laps. The 25X 2nd. Caden Carter 3rd in the 1X. From 9th up to 4th, Zach Vanderbeek. And 5th to the 30G of Jordan Grabowski. Jeff Ware was 6th in the 83. The 5L of Dustin Larson 7th. Gage Neal, the 12N, finishes in the 8th spot. Jay Schmidt 9th. And Tim Rupp with the last lap pass makes his way into the top 10.
Getting ready to climb on out of the car. How about it for Kelly Shryock? What do you think, old man?
Kind of got tight there the last couple laps. I usually put a little more rear brake in it, and somebody gave me a couple shots there, but we were able to hold her off here.
Kind of found that bottom spot. Like I said, you know, you're magical on the bottom when it cleans up down there. Just hit your marks every time, and that's what you had to do, wasn't it?
For sure. You know, just, setting out front, you don't know, and then, when he's out there watering, you don't really know for sure. And, we got a good starting spot coming up here, and we can see if we can get one more of these.
So would you rather roll from the pole at the beginning of 40 or be back there in that 4th spot and watch it happen?
It don't really matter. We're just super happy to be where we're at, and I don't know, I wouldn't mind leading all 40 and or whatever works for us. We'll just see what happens.
Well, if you know the numbers are right, 40 laps for 40 years of racing for a guy like you, I mean, might be a little auspicious there.
That's for sure. You just so many memories in racing, and all of a sudden you look in the mirror and you see some old man, you don't know who he is, but even at heart, I feel like I'm 20 years old.
There you go. How about it, race fans? Put your hands together. Kelly Shryock.
Final qualifying feature for the stock cars, the modified Monday feature coming up. Then we'll have our track work session, or C&B operations track work. And then we'll go into the Wednesday portion and crown some event champions. Stock Cars Qualifier number 4 winner in the show. Everyone else racing 4 points for those lineups. We come to the green, 20 laps.
They'll bring up final qualifier. Mr. B's flooring 4th and final qualifier to the green flag. It's going to be Dallin Murdy to the race lead. Sid Mosier and Derek Green side by side with the 66E of Elijah Siebenbergen right behind him. Lance Borgman, the 76 out of Beatrice, Nebraska, working back there in the number 5 spot. But it's going to be Murdy, your leader on lap number 1.
Big
troubles.
Trouble in the 4th turn. Couple cars sitting there. One's going to escape from the incident site. The lap will go in the books.
Yellow.
They're moving. They're moving in turn 4. We stay green.
Everybody going to stay to the green.
Oh, here comes the field.
Hang on.
Boy, everybody getting up to speed there. But, boy, that was a moment.
Yeah, if you don't hear yellow, you stay throttled up is what they tell them. And they never come across and said yellow. And, man, you got to get back in the throttle once you get your cojones back to you. Speaking of cojones, look at that. Out front it is the 99X machine of Dallin Murdy. See that 15J machine right there ahead of him's got some troubles on the right rear. We'll see if the right rear stays up there. Work it on down into turn number 3 and 4 to be Dallin Murdy, your race leader. Look at Derek Green. They found the top of the racetrack, Sean, and here we go.
Yeah, there goes that tire off of the 15 right in front of the field. He's off the pace, heading down into turn number 1. We'll see what happens here as the field continues to work. But Derek Green has found that top side. So has the 99X of Dallin Murdy. Here we go for the race lead. Murdy about 3/4 of the way up the straightaway. Green's trying to find even a higher line.
Man, I tell you what, last time Dallin Murdy and Derek Green were that high on a racetrack, Green had some feet trouble. Working him off of turn number 2 and on the back straightaway. Murdy, Green, Mosier, Zevenbergen, Lance Borgman, and the 11 of Braden Richards. They'll race him back on down, battle for third, side by side. Mosier makes contact with Zevenbergen, and oh boy, Derek Green about drove her off the top.
Yeah, caution's coming out. There's a car stopped on the top of the racetrack. Zevenbergen nearly got him. Oh, that was close. Caution was out. Zevenbergen trying to woe up and just, wow, I don't know if you could have slipped much between those two cars. Caution lights on around the speedway here in qualifier number 4.
12R Reed Payne out of Idaho Falls, Idaho. The car around up there.
That's a couple of close moments for Zevenbergen here in the last 40 seconds. Here's a replay of how close this got.
He had spun out. He was right in for the lap car was right in front of the leaders and spun. They were on there hollering yellow. And Zevenbergen carried a head of steam in there, and man, he got her woed up.
And by the time we get to tonight's portion of the show, the cream is going to be at the top by and large for the vast majority. Caution lights go dark. Qualifier number 4 comes back to the green. 6 laps have been counted.
They'll tug to the bottom. Zevenbergen went to the top, and holy mama! Look at Elijah Zevenbergen. When the green flag waved, he whipped her a hard right turn to the top and got himself a run down the front straightaway. But now Derek Green has once again rallied the momentum in that 32 car. Work him off at turn number 4. It's going to be Murdy, followed by Zevenbergen. Then it is Green, Mosier. Chardinsky, look out, Derek Green's around. Hang on. Derek Green losing the handle on his own. Getting a roundup in the top of turn 1. And caution is out. Tough break for the Grenada, Minnesota racer.
Green immediately back into motion. He'll go rejoin the field. Here's your Advantage Racing TV replay coming up here. Just full send.
Man, look at Chardinsky and then Richards. Watch. Oh, man, look at this. Benji Lacrosse just got across the nose. Same with Jeremy Christians there in the 99, barely escaping contact with that 32 car as he sat sideways in front of the field.
He's gained 5 positions.
Field to work on down the back straightaway. 7 down, 13 to go. Dallin Murdy gonna bring the field on in. You see it, Zevenbergen doing the same thing. And oh boy, I thought it was gonna get right and tight down on the bottom. Is Mosier did Zevenbergen, hang on!
Oh!
Look out, troubles, turn 1 and 2. Big contact. Oh man. Zevenbergen, I believe, with a wholesale lane change. We'll get a look and see what happened. Get a look at it here. Zevenbergen swings her way out there, gets a big run, and then right here. Excuse me, how much signal you need to cross 8 lane of traffic? I go now.
Ow.
Just did not have the 76 of Lance Borgman cleared. And we'll watch this from the drone. We're going to get a shot here. Watch the car on the outside. Oh!
That's a calculated risk on that restart. He knew how good of a restart he had last time. He was taking the risk, assuming he had cleared everyone and could get to the bottom.
Yeah. You know, because at that point, what he's trying to do is he's trying to set up a slide job on the 99X of Murdy. But like we said, you've got to calculate that so much. So get the tires moved on around down there. But that is that's not the luxury of having mirrors and spotters. It's all by the seat of your pants.
That's right.
And the feel of someone's right front in your left rear. Here we go, getting to go back to the green flag. 7 down, 13 to go. It will be Sid Mosier going to lead the brigade to the bottom of the racetrack, the 99. Oh, Mosier took a swing and a miss on Murdy. Here comes Sarnensky. Sarnensky down on the bottom as they work on down into turn number 3 and 4, side by side. Lil CZ down there working on Big Sid Mosier. Give it to Lil CZ. Pull Sarnensky by a matter of the hair of his chinny chin to the number 2 spot.
Sarnensky sliding up the racetrack. Mosier trying to cross back behind him. Look at this, 3 wide right behind that as the 99D of Damon Murdy tried to come right through the middle, bringing with him the 117 of Austin Brands up into that mix just outside the top 5.
Leader is gone on this one, but man, they are racked up, stacked up for 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, back to about 14. Sid Mosier is going to go up the hill. Here comes Lance Borgman to 76. Oh, Doctor, time to go. Working it on in. Braden Richards on the outside. Damon Murdy going to work with him. The Chelsea Charger in the other 99. Working to the top. Says, come on, we got to go get my kid.
Working that bottom, though. Lance Borgman in the 76. Hanging right with their, wow, look at Murdy come right through. A little bump drafting going on at the exit of turn number 2. Zarnetsky's starting to pull away from that big pack of action right behind him. We'll see if they can close back in for that second spot.
Yeah, they work him on down. That was just a Chelsea Charger saying, hey, let me help you through turn 2 as they work him on down. It'll be Murdy way out front by 3/4 of a straightaway over Sarnensky. Now Austin Brands in the 17 car. Gonna work to the bottom of the 11R of Richards. Now here comes Big Money Benji Lacrosse, the Casco, Wisconsin racer in the 54 car. He'll throw his hat to the ring to the outside of the 27 of Sid Mosier. Murdy right there. Now it'll be side by side the 76 of Lance Borgman and the 17 of Austin Brands now to 3rd.
Austin Brands, a good qualifier going for him. Started 10th, up to 3rd. Make that 4th as the 99X of Dallin Murdy. He's off. He's on his own straightaway all by himself. Zarnetsky in 2nd. Borgman, Brands, Damon Murdy, the top 5.
Yeah, how far is the straightaway advantage? It's 4.4 seconds. Look at TJ Herndon in the 1 car. Herndon right there, the blue and yellow or the blue and orange car out of Atwood, Tennessee, has moved on into the top 6 now. Put him in 6. He'll chase down the 99D of Damon Murdy. Damon Murdy to the outside of Austin Brands as they roll to the top of turn 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway, Sarnensky's got company. Here comes Borgman to the bottom.
5 laps to go in this one. It is all Dallin Murdy, but behind him, anybody's guess. Here comes Zarnetsky back to the outside of the 76 of Borgman, who continues to work the bottom side of the speedway. Brands, Murdy, Herndon not too far out of that mix as well. Off of turn number 4, there's 4 laps to go.
Down the front straightaway, Borgman back there one more time on the bottom. Sir Lancelot downstairs. Little CZ on the outside. Wheel-to-wheel action. Dallin Murdy has now opened that to almost a 6.5 second advantage over this battle for the number 2 spot. Down the front straightaway, Borgman to 2nd.
Borgman working the bottom. Zarnetsky not giving up on that higher line, but that's going to open an opportunity here for Brands, potentially to gain another spot in the 1 with a 17 on it or the 17 with the 1 in front of it. That happens right in front of Herndon, who's made his way into the top 5. Green high in the air, 2 to go.
2 remaining in this one. Borgman down on the bottom. Like we said, Brands working. They're in the 3 spot. 4th is Sarnitsky. 5th right now, TJ Herndon. White flag on the starter stand for the 99 exit, Dallin Murdy. 3 wide off of turn number 4. Paul going to the outside. Now into the number 4 spot is TJ Herndon.
Final set of turns. Everyone else coming off turn 2 as the 99X of Dallin Murdy exits turn 4. Big iron checkered flags to the 99X of Dallin Murdy.
Murdy across with the win. We'll wait for Borgman, Brands, Herndon, Murdy, Lacrosse, Sarnitsky, Mosier, Fisher, and Richards, your top 10.
So checkered flags wave on qualifying feature number 4 for the stock cars. Dallin Murdy picks up the win to the tune of 7.1 seconds at the checkered flag. The 76, Lance Borgman 2nd, Austin Brands 3rd in the 117, TJ Herndon 4th, Damon Murdy 5th in the 99D, Benji Lacrosse, Cole Zarnetsky, Sid Mosier, Jason Fisher, Braden Richards, top 10 as Dallin Murdy fist pumping at the checkered flag, and he'll make his way to the H&N Chevy Buick Arnold Motor Supply winners circle. Hard charger in that one. Mike Mullen, 26th to 12th. Benji Lacrosse, 18th to 6th. A couple of notable runs. And don't forget about Austin Brands, 10th to 3rd at the checkered. But out front, it was all that driver right there. How about it? Dallin Murdy wins qualifier number 4.
So we'll jump on in, chat with him. Dad down there. Holy goodness, 7+ seconds. I mean, I don't know if you know that. It's like a straightaway and a half at this place.
Yeah, man, this was pretty good. I thought track was pretty good. Can't beat that in day racing, so it's a good start to the night.
Did a pretty good job going out there, laying some moisture, getting it to clean up. But this thing, you guys were racing a little bit everywhere trying to find a line, weren't you?
Yeah, I really didn't know where I needed to be. Just kind of found a line that I felt good. I didn't see or hear anyone, so that's where it all worked out. But I got to thank Jonah and Knutson, my mom, my dad, everyone watching back home, my girlfriend, and I got Shannon here with Quality Service, one of our proud partners. It's cool to have him here with us this week, and try to do this again in a couple hours.
There you go. How about it? Picking up the win. It'll be Dallin Murdy.
So look at them get set to go next time around. Roxma, Grabowski, Barry, Schmidt, Thornton, Moore, Abelson, Zarnetsky, Bonine, and McBurney in the top 10 starting spots.
So immediately after this feature, we will go to a track work section. It will take some time as they will grade from the bot, grade everything down, prep it, get it ready for the night shows. So we will keep you informed of everything right after this one's over. Ethan Broxma, Jordan Grabowski. Bring him on down. Green's up. Here we go. Off with 2 and down the back straightaway. Grabowski. Broxma on the bottom. Tom Berry Jr. and RTJ right there. Working down to lap number 1. Jordan Grabowski, your leader.
He'll lead us back down into turn number 1 with Broxma close in tow. Ricky Thornton steps out of line. Here's the battle for the lead. Broxma to the inside of Grabowski. Side by side as they go to turn 3. Grabowski will try to hold him down next to the tires. He'll hold on to the race lead as we make our way to lap number 2.
So it's Broxma and Berry. All kinds of ones. The 11X and the 111. Right there, it'll be Tom Berry Jr. up into the number 2 spot, followed by Broxma, Brandon Schmidt, Thornton, Abelson, Charnitsky. That will take us back to our 7 runners right now up front.
Yeah, Abelson got a look to the inside of Thornton for the 5th spot last time down in turns 1 and 2. Thornton changes his game plan, went to the bottom side of the speedway, holds on to position number 5. There you see Bonine in the 141, Benji Lacrosse in the 54. That's the race for the 8th position with Zarnetsky not too far behind.
So they work on down into turn number 1 and 2. Grabowski down there on the bottom. The 11X machine and Barry, followed by Broxma, Schmidt, Thornton, Abelson, Sarnitsky, Mo9. Then it will be the 54 of Lacrosse, the 48 of Bob Moore, rounding out your top 10. Working lap number 5 with 15 to go.
Tom Berry Jr. a little bit quicker than Jordan Grabowski on the stopwatch the last lap. We'll see if he can continue to do that and close in on that 7/10 of a second interval between the top 2 drivers. It's then 6/10 back to Ethan Broxma. This time the interval between the top 2 grows out by 1/10 to 8/10 of a second.
So it'll still be Grabowski out front showing the way. Tom Berry and Ethan Broxma 1, 2, and 3. Field will rotate down along the tires over there on the west end of the racetrack. It'll be that 30 of Grabowski. Barry trying to make something happen. They are pretty well about equal match. A 19.484 to a 19.467. One of the Rogatskis in on the infield, calling this one DUN done, as Grabowski brings us to lap number 8, your leader.
Yeah, the Grabowski, or the Rogatsky car he drove down there, I wonder if he lost brakes. He just drove around in circles till the car come to a stop. And on a track like this, you're going to need those brakes to get the car into the corner, get it set, get it turned. Grabowski continues to lead this one. Tom Berry Jr. just drove much deeper into turn number 3 and closes in on your race leader through 3 and 4. Things from 6/10 of a second on the interval down to 4/10 of a second. Tom Berry Jr. says it's time to go.
He does so. Down around the bottom of the tires. 9 down, 11 to go this time. They'll come to the starter stand. The flags will be crossed. We will be 10 down, 10 to go. Grabowski, your race leader, a multi-time IMCA modified national champion, leads them. And that time he put some hurting on them. Barry and Broxma back about a handful of car lengths, but Sean, something coming. Lap traffic.
It certainly is. It is about a quarter of a straightaway in front of your race leaders. Reed Payne not too far in front of them. Jordan Rogatsky, Jaden Fuller, the last cars in the running order as it looks for the lead lap, and the leaders catching them rather quickly. Again, about a quarter of a straightaway until they get there, and still with 8 laps to go, we're going to see some traffic. We're going to see what these leaders, that'll be decision time, Jerry.
Oh, it most definitely will, Sean, so we'll see what happens as we work on down into turn number 1 and 2, now down into 3 and 4. It's still Grabowski out of Beatrice, Nebraska, your race leader. Now the 111 of Ethan Broxma is going to look to take a stab and grab on the bottom of the 11X of Tom Berry, but nothing to be had. They'll work them on down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It will be lap number 14 with a trophy dash to go for Grabowski.
Got enough ones on your screen right there between those 2 cars for a full Yahtzee as they'll make their way off of turn number 2. Saw Grabowski in the shot there for a second. That was 1.4 seconds ahead of TPJ, but Grabowski into lap traffic at the current time doesn't have anyone impeding his progress on the bottom side of the speedway. As I say that, traffic changes lines. He's got to make some decisions now off of turn 2.
Yeah, apparently the blue and yellow flag does not mean hold your line. It means go where you want. The 12 car right there, 12R of Reed Payne is lap traffic. That's not for position. It'll be Grabowski. He's a little nervous to get up off the bottom. Knows that that is where that car is picture perfect and has to have an idea that's where the rest of them are. Now Ricky Thornton Jr. going to race to the inside of Brandon Schmidt. Brandon Schmidt, the 20 car, going to move on around, and now the lap car going to just keep pestering Grabowski. That's one of those phrases I use. It ain't your race, it ain't your place. Let the leader go on, because he's now pulled back in front of this battle for the number 2 spot.
Yeah, I've always said the blue flag means there's a race going on and you're not in it. As Grabowski was able to navigate through traffic, he's put a lap car between himself and Tom Berry Jr. and Ethan Broxma. TBJ and Broxma now need to have to start navigating traffic. They had cut the lead from 1.4 seconds down to just at a second. Now the lead continues to grow. White flag about to fly.
Grabowski, white flag, first to see it down into turn number 1. He has got some insurance. It is a lap car between him,
Tom Berry Jr. and Ethan Broxma working on down into turn 3 and 4. Big iron checkers for Jordan Grabowski. Tom Berry Jr., Ethan Broxma, Brandon Schmidt, Ricky Thornton Jr., Chris Abelson, Benji Lacrosse, Cole Sarnitsky, Bob Moore, and Isaac Malakote round out your top 10.
Checkered flag waves on the modifieds. A main, the KICD, IMCA modifieds. Jordan Grabowski in the number 30 picks up the victory in the modified feature. Tom Berry Jr. second in the 11X. The 111 of Ethan Broxma was third. Brandon Schmidt fourth in the 20, and Ricky Thornton Jr. fifth in Car 3 RT.
Getting ready to climb out of the hot rod, Jordan Grabowski. Well, hello, friend. How are you today?
J-Van, what's up?
Oh, just kind of been hanging out here thinking maybe Jordan Grabowski would talk to me this week. I mean, I haven't seen you all week, but tonight today you decided you better come up and say hi.
I can draw good in the modified, I guess. We'll take it.
Well,
That's awesome. We got Ricky in. Just got to work on my stock car, get a little tightened up a little bit. But hopefully we'll put ourselves in a good spot for later on tonight. And not too many cars are qualified, so hopefully we can get the stock car rolling.
You got some time. Of those 5 qualifiers, you take the top 2, they go to the A. If you don't make that, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, you still got a chance to get in. But we've talked about it. I mean, even tonight, even with this feature of the modifieds, there's some iron here this week.
There's some good. There might only be 26 or whatever of them, but they're good. They're good cars. So you got Tom and Ethan and Ricky. I mean, there's a ton of good. Abelson runs good here. So just gotta tinker with our stock car a little bit and maybe tinker with the mod a little bit. But thanks for everybody sticking this out, and it's cool that Trent and Mike are putting this deal on. We're racing for some real money now, and hopefully we can buckle up and get in the show.
There you go. Nice run, Jordan.
Thank you.
How about it, Jordan Grabowski picking up a win here tonight? Like we said, we are going to go to a pretty extensive track rework. It is going to take some time, so now's a good time to stop on down. It's dinner time. Stop on down and get yourself something to eat or drink.